Carlisle United, managed by Nigel Pearson, were fighting to stay in the Football League. Carlisle's finances were precarious with a capital P that season, leading to a scenario where, with 3 games to go, they had to ask the FA to sanction an emergency loan deal to bring in a goalkeeper. Swindon Town's Jimmy Glass arrived at the club. His efforts in his first 2 games earned the Cumbrians 2 draws. Those vital points meant that Carlisle went into their final game of the Division 3 season, now League 2, needing to beat mid-table Plymouth Argyle in front of their own fans and hope their relegation rival Scarborough didn't win against Peterborough at home. The game at the McCain Stadium finished 1-1, and with the same scoreline at Brunton Park deep into injury time, Scarborough's fans invaded the pitch en masse, believing their Football League status was secure, convinced they'd done enough to stay up. However, there'd be one more plot twist. Carlisle won a corner in the dying seconds, and up came Jimmy Glass. In one of those you couldn't make it up moments, Glass scored from a rebounded header and was promptly swamped by teammates and thousands of fans who quite simply couldn't believe what they'd just witnessed. As for Jimmy Glass, he became an overnight celebrity, but he never played for Carlisle again, and his playing career never really kicked on after that defining moment. He took on various jobs outside of football before finding his way back into the sport as player liaison officer at Eddie Howe's Bournemouth, and most recently the general manager at non-league Wimborne. Not the fairy tale ending to one of the most Hollywood moments in football, but the name Jimmy Glass will live on forever as the scorer of that goal, arguably the most important in any club's history.
Good morning, 4 minutes after 6 o'clock. TalkSport Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Alongside me, floating into the studio, Ray Parlour. Morning, Ray.
Good morning, Al. How are you?
You recovered?
Feel good? Of course I am, Al, yeah. We had a great day, though.
I bet you did.
On Sunday. It was the atmosphere was amazing. It really, really was. They really made a big spectacle to make it really hot before the game, and the atmosphere was really good build-up. But I must admit, Tottenham are pretty poor. I thought they'd be better than that. if I'm being honest.
Well, my son-in-law,
of course, yeah. I know a lot of Tottenham fans. They said we just didn't. They didn't turn up, did they?
You know, he's going today buy a Chelsea flag and a Chelsea scarf. God, he stuffed them.
Yeah. To be fair, Chelsea were different class last night. I really enjoyed watching them.
It's a great. I watched the first half, went to bed, but it was a very good game, and then that dope gets sent off.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Well. He just sucked him in, and he's committed himself, and no complaints whatsoever with the second yellow card. As you rightly said, Torres missed a great chance. If he scores that, and I think there was 3 disallowed goals, weren't there? Offsides. But the energy they showed, Chelsea, were very good. I mean,
even the first goal, I thought they're going to give that offside as well.
Yeah, I mean, they changed the tactics a little bit, went with a false number 9, but it seemed to work. And be interested to see what he does the weekend now against Arsenal, because if they play like that, it's going to be a hell of a game.
Oh, absolutely. Well, will they? Barcelona, high line, just wouldn't give in. They just played really high, and the runs were beating them.
If you're a defensive coach, you'll be looking at this game and saying, "Don't defend like Barcelona did," because you can play the offside, but you can't do it when there's no pressure on the ball. You can play it when there's pressure on the ball, but there was no pressure on. They're watching balls and they're just slipping it through, and they're in.
That's the best I've seen Chelsea play for a while.
Oh, yeah, it was rocking, Stamford Bridge, and the fans obviously got right behind him.
But see, Arsenal won't let them play like that.
He was good, Cucurella.
He's a big Barcelona fan, isn't he?
Well, that Yamal, he didn't really get a kick. No. Unbelievable. I know they went down to 10 men, it's difficult, but Cucurella was very good in midfield.
And Delap gets his goal?
Delap got his goal. Really pleased for him. First Champions League goal, so he'd be over the moon with that. It looked like it could be offside, but it was onside. Even there, look, Al. Look, he looks offside there, doesn't he?
But if you look at,
it's the back foot. It's the right back. Which is out there. We're watching it on TV, and it looked. Cucurella's the first goal looked offside from Cucurella, but it wasn't when they saw the replay of it, and that's probably where VAR is pretty good, because you can see along the line, and he's kept him onside at the back post.
Yeah, but
a lot of the time, Al. There we go. Look, this is.
Yeah, but I just don't know what's offside and what's on.
Look at it.
His foot did, but there was one last week where the foot was clearly offside and was given. Yeah. You know, it's just nonsense. Honestly, I cannot stand VAR. But going back to the weekend, Ray, we go. You won't go, will you? Not at the bridge.
No. I've got a big wedding this Sunday, Al.
Oh, Scooby!
We are partying for 2 days, believe it or not. The wedding only is just Sunday.
Hold on,
it's Monday as well.
What difference does that make? It's every day.
Maybe Tuesday as well.
The budget today, mate, what are you expecting?
Well, Moose won't be happy. That's one thing. We usually milkshakes are going up, so he won't be happy. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Do you know what I do usually? I usually phone my brother after it and say, John, where have I been hit? Because he's a chartered accountant and he'll be watching it and he'll be knowing exactly what, if it's good for you or bad for you.
I'm told she's off.
Pensioners and all that sort of stuff.
Today, she'll be gone in a few weeks, Ray. Gone.
The thing about it is, though, they've drummed it into you. Pensions all the year. And you do a pension and you put a lot of money into it and thinking it's going to help your family going forward, your children, and then they're going to tax it.
It's simple. If you look at everything you're taught when you're young to work hard, improve your lifestyle, get this, get that, get on the ladder, they're just taking it all away from you.
I feel sorry for you.
You'd rather not do anything.
I feel sorry for youngsters. How do they get on the ladder?
Well, no
it's so difficult because the prices of everything, it's all going up, and it's an absolute nightmare. And the biggest bug for me is inheritance tax. I just don't, you do well for yourself and you make a little bit of money and you paid your 40% already, and because you've done well for yourself, you've got to pay another 40%.
Well, you
over a certain amount of money.
You don't have to worry about it. You'll be brown. It'll be your kids. Your kids will be like, what?
Yeah. Is that all?
Oh, thanks, Dad.
Oh, nice one.
Thanks, Dad. No, it'd be interesting. But, oh, God, I don't know.
He's still to go out.
Yeah, I'm pleased for him. He works hard, works his socks off, and he
needed that. And to be fair, VAR saved him because, look, again, they said it was offside. He was just on there. That's the one where they thought he was offside. But certainly this Paul, he's behind the ball, so he's fine now.
Yeah, of course he is.
But that was the one, the first pass. But they give it, and so pleased with Delap.
Yeah, right, the other games as well. So it was a mixed night of the English sides in the Champions League and TalkSport. If you missed it, have a listen.
Stade Velodrome in Marseille is iconic. and it is fierce. It goes into the penalty area, bounces kindly for Harvey Barnes, and he's done it again.
I can't remember over the last at least 4 years, Sam, covering a Champions League game and it being very dour. They're so good.
And it's a scintillating goal from the boy wonder, Estevao. Estevao, take a bow.
That boy will win the Ballon d'Or one day. And here comes Aubameyang, and punch come miles out of his goal. Aubameyang trying to score from a tight angle, and does! What a goal from Aubameyang!
Certainly think there's another goal in the game, but I'm not sure who to.
Rush of blood from the head from Pope as Weir goes in towards the near post, and it's Aubameyang again, getting across his marker.
Bottom line is they've had a mad 5 minutes.
Leverkusen have doubled their lead. Manchester City 0, Bayer Leverkusen 2, and it's Patrick Schick.
Now Chelsea 3, 10-man Barcelona 0. Liam Delap off the bench has his first ever Champions League goal.
That is it. The full-time whistle blows. It's more away day irritation for the two. They have been beaten in the Stade Velodrome by 2-1.
Yes, so Newcastle threw away half-time lead to lose over Marseille. Pep made 10 changes, 10. And saw his side lose 2-0 at home to Leverkusen, and Chelsea battered Barca, beating them 3-0. And have been 3 disallowed. So they're now proving they're ready to win one of the big trophies. Here's what the boss, Enzo Maresca, thinks.
For sure, winning the Club World Cup give to the players, the confidence that they need. Last year we were playing conference, and I said many times that for me personally, if you want to build a winner mentality, there is only one way: winning games. Because otherwise, if you don't win games, it's difficult to convince the player, guys, we are building a winner mentality. Yeah, but we don't win. It's difficult. So the only way is any competition, conference, Champions League this season, Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao, win games is the only way to build, the winner mentality. And I think the conference and the Club World Cup last season help a lot. And now we are trying to do exactly the same. For sure, the players, they are better players in this moment compared to last season because we spend more time together.
Enzo Maresca there, just seen the Marseille goals
goal.
there. What about the keeper?
No, what is he doing?
By the way, it's a great finish to go 1-1 from Marseille, but the goalkeeper, give us a break.
Well, listen to Stuart Pearce there, Stu, on commentary. They had a mad 5 minutes, Newcastle. This was all in 5 minutes, Al.
Was it really?
Yeah. Gets to the front post again. It's a poor goal to give away if you're a defender.
How does a defender let a centre-forward get in there?
Yeah. I mean, that's poor goals. He'd be disappointed with that. Both of them. Both goals.
I had a couple of texts last night from Chelsea fans. That second goal, what a goal. Here's what your fellow Blues fans... This is Thomas told the Sports Bar last night.
If we can beat Arsenal on Sunday, I put us favourites to win the league.
Ooh. What? Way before Christmas?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
So if you beat Arsenal Sunday...
Yeah.
Favourites to win the Premier League?
Yeah. Well, you said there's no Chelsea fan we know willing to put their
Thomas, you're a doctor. No.
Yeah.
I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying, but
I don't know if I want to come and see you, mate. If I was,
no. Do you know what? Do you know what? We did say that. We did say they got to start hanging their hat on it, and he's.
Don't say the favourites.
Yeah, the problem is Chunk's inviting numpties now. Chunk's had such a bad run over the past few weeks. Numpties are phoning. Even worse numpties are phoning in the Sports Bar now.
No, it's a massive game the weekend. It certainly is. It's going to be a real test for Arsenal going away from home. As I said before, Chelsea were really, really good last night. I mean, the way they, won the ball back at certain areas. Barcelona were just...
Chelsea were playing at a great tempo.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the crowd really helped them along the way as well because they really got behind them. And I thought it was an all-round top performance last night. They had a lot of pace up front, Al. Neto on one wing, you had...
they were buzzing.
Estevao on the other, and he's quick. And then you had... I'd really like... Fernandes does a great job. Casido does a great job in midfield when he's the ball back.
He's the key.
He's been excellent. He made a couple of really good tackles, didn't he, when he got back?
What's his name? Cucurella
on the left hand.
He's a Barcelona fan as well.
Yeah,
isn't he?
James.
He got stuck right in.
Well, he went into midfield, James, didn't he?
No, it was great. It was a great performance.
It was a great performance. Be interested to see what he does the weekend now. Will he put Delap up there, or will he start with the same team?
I'll start with the same.
I would start with the same team if you're Chelsea. Definitely.
Are you really on your way to win the title if you can beat the Arsenal at the weekend, or is everyone getting a bit carried away? Give us a call. 03-717-223344. Chelsea fans coming up with a ton of attention to the back pages. It's all about Estevao. Sam Murphy said he will win a Ballon d'Or for one day. For one day, or you mean one day?
No, one day.
One day. Crikey.
For one day.
How'd you do that? Once a year.
You have to give it back.
Is he that good, this kid? There's no doubt about it.
Very good.
He was quiet last night, wasn't he, your man?
Yeah, he was quiet. But they had to send him off.
He's a
10
great
men.
player.
And Cucurella, let's give him credit.
Yeah.
He kept him really, really quiet. But it's nice to see young players coming through. But as he's saying there, you don't want to put too much pressure on them.
Yeah, but as Zola was talking about, Italy, young players, they're not there anymore.
Well, they used to have some great players.
Yeah.
Again, Arsenal, Dowman coming through, 15 and a half, be 16,
Brilliant.
16 next month, and he's a player as well.
So, Estevao, how good is he? Sam Murphy says he will win a Ballon d'Or one day. Is that too far? We'll discuss that next.
Hello and welcome to TalkSport Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Okay, 6:21. TalkSport Breakfast with Ray Party. He's loving life at the moment, Parlour. Jurassic Park theme tune there, which we're playing because Ray made a new friend after the North London derby.
And for the Diamond Club, and the director's box, it stops that.
Oh, the watch, he looked very embarrassed there.
No, it was great fun. It was a really, really top class atmosphere over there.
So they're like Gunnosaurus in the Diamond Club.
What he does, he goes round all the. It's funny because when my father-in-law was not my father-in-law, sorry, my brother's father-in-law was doing it. Jerry, he was a legend. Jerry, he was a massive Arsenal fan. He'd done it for years and years at Highbury and whatever. But obviously, he went to the Emirates, and I used to see him at the Emirates. And it's great for the youngsters. I mean, all your grandchildren will love it. Seeing a bit, oh, look at that, that's great. And he came up to me once, and there's a couple of kids around me, and he went, "All right, Ray." And the kid went, "It's Hawks." I can't believe it. And he saw the kid run off and tell his dad, "Dad, the Gunnosaurus talks."
Did Gunnosaurus talk as well?
No.
Right. Let's look at today's back pages with Tesco Mobile for Business.
The Back Page Review on TalkSport with Tesco Mobile for Business. Got a side hustle as a Pilates instructor? Stretch your budget with business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big three networks. For verification, see tescomobile.com/business.
And Katie Shannon is with us. Katie, what we got?
Okay, so lots of the back page. Good morning, guys.
How are you? You all right?
I'm very good, thank you. Very happy after the North.
Yeah, all right.
We win. Me and Ray, very, very happy.
Absolutely.
So, however, I wish I had that kind of relationship with Gunnosaurus. That would be much.
He's a legend.
Yeah, so funny. Right, lots of the back pages are unsurprisingly filled with pictures of Estevao. We've got on the back page of the Sun, simply the Est, with his knee sliding after his amazing goal. We've got Dream Teen on the back page of the Daily Star, and Lamine Who on the back page of the Times. Other stories we're going to be talking about in a minute. Thomas Tuchel draw joy on the back page of the Sun as they've been given a clearer route to the World Cup finals throughout that. We'll get into that in a moment.
Talking to Jack Grealish as well, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Good,
which is good.
Yeah.
And then also the story on the back page of the Sun here: guilt trip for Arne Slot after their ridiculous and unbelievable slump. So let's start with Estevao because he's dominating lots of the back pages this morning. How excited should we be about Estevao? What did you make of his performance last night?
Really, really top class last night. We took the goal so well, smashed it into the roof of the net. But yeah, he looks a real talent. He really does. And he's got to play the weekend against Arsenal because when you're a youngster, you've got no fear, have you? You go out, it looks like he's...
Ray, where did he grow up? In Brazil?
I'm not too sure, Al, but Chelsea fans will be so excited about seeing him play. But they've got a really good young team, haven't they? When you look at the ages, Casido's going to be around for a while. Fernandes is only young. You've got Palmer's not even playing at the moment. So they've got some good players in that team.
Right and left down the flanks.
Neto's been good, hasn't he?
It'll be a cracking game of the weekend.
It should be. Can you see why there are comparisons with Estevao to Ronaldo and Messi? Crookie saying
he's got a long way to go to get near those. But what he's trying to say is that at Ronaldo's age, when he's at Man United, he's very, very similar. So, but he's still got to improve and do that on a regular basis. That's a hard bit, consistency as a player. So it's all right scoring last night. Can he do it against Arsenal the weekend?
Yeah.
And if he can, then you think, whoa, he's a top player.
Sado and Rice a good battle, isn't it?
Huh?
That'll be good.
Yeah.
That'll be a good battle.
Probably
who gets on the ball?
Probably the two best midfielders in the league this year, aren't they? You could probably argue Casado and Rice. Central midfielders. I was
thinking, yeah. So who does Estevao remind you of, Ray?
Well,
we were talking about in my show earlier about the best teenage sensations you've seen live. You've got Wayne Rooney, you've got Michael Owen, you've got all these big names. Where does Estevao kind of sit within teenage sensations?
Well, 18 years old, and to have the confidence what he did last night, and he looks like he's not fazed by big occasions, and that's a big occasion last night. Barcelona going to Stamford Bridge under the lights. It's hard for youngsters, but he really stepped up, and he always wanted the ball. I noticed. Yeah, especially in that first half, he kept getting the ball, trying to run at players and whatever. So he looks a really confident lad. All he's got to do is keep working hard. I think Maresco said it after the game. He said he's got to keep his feet on the ground. He's got to come into training every day, enjoy what he's doing, enjoy getting better as a player, and then he could be a real massive star. He could be like there's so many players out there who could be like Lionel Messi's and Ronaldo's, but you know, they've done it on a regular basis for years and years and years and years.
As you say, Ray, it's a young side as well, so they're all going to grow up together.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, he's doing a great job down there, Maresco. As I said before, I wouldn't put them favourites if they win at Sunday, but they'll certainly be in a title race. And the problem with Chelsea, they can be a little bit inconsistent.
But they're going to be Arsenal's biggest challengers now. Look at City. Right, we'll come to that in a moment. They've lost. They made 10 changes.
Yeah, but you still worry about
Liverpool. You know, at the moment, I'm looking at that table thinking, yeah, it could be Chelsea, the dangers.
Well, you wouldn't put... Man City are capable of going out and winning 10 in a row, though. You know, if everybody's firing on all cylinders, confidence. I know they lost to Newcastle, and they made loads of changes last night, but Liverpool's the one for me. I don't know what's happening with Liverpool.
No.
I mean, again, they won the first 5, didn't they? Start the season. They're going to be the ones to beat, and suddenly they just fell off a cliff. I don't know what's happened.
You look at the players they have. They are going to come back.
Isak hasn't really hit the ground running.
He's got to play.
But he's not fully fit, is he?
Ekitike, you know, he deserves to be in front of Isak at the moment.
Yeah, so there's a few problems down at Liverpool, but look, they're capable of winning 10 in a row, though.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't write them out of it yet.
No. Well, it's a long way.
It's a long way to go. It's November.
A long way back.
As I said before, you've got to be in the hunt about March time. If you've got a chance, then it's all that like final push, that last 8 or 9 games where you've got to really go for it. Hopefully, you got.
We've not mentioned Villa at all. So Villa, no chance.
There's a lot of clubs who can have a say in who wins it. Probably. I think Arsenal go to Villa.
Villa just 2 behind Chelsea.
Arsenal go to Villa on the 12th, which they're capable of beating Arsenal.
Yeah.
On their day, so you know that's why it's such a great league.
Katie, have you got one more before we catch up later?
Yes. So Thomas Tuchel has been given a clearer route to the World Cup finals. In terms of Thomas Tuchel's England can avoid now Spain and Argentina until the semis at next year's tournament, and would not have to play France until the final in USA.
Well, that's a great bonus.
Which is great because obviously England got knocked out by France in the quarterfinal. I remember being there when Harry Kane skied it into over the bar when I was in the stands. So this is because FIFA have now rewarded the top 4 teams in the current world rankings by separating them as long as they win their first
When is the draw,
groups.
Katie? When will we know?
Next Friday. So
is it?
it's really close. So it just means that England, they've now said here in this story in The Sun, that if the seedings go to plan, England would have to beat Spain or Argentina in the last 4 and could meet the likes of Portugal, Germany, Brazil or Holland in the last 8. So it just means that we won't we'll see these big... Well, England have a better chance.
What do you make of the Ronaldo situation? That's not right, is it?
If it wasn't Cristiano.
No, but you can't do that. Casido, I think Casido's suspended for the first game. Otamendi is for Argentina.
I know.
You can't go back on it because
all I can say is, Ray, for the joy he's been over the years, he deserves it. It's not.
Don't get me wrong. It is his last World Cup, and it'd be great to see him.
It's not right,
but the rules are the rules.
Yeah.
You can't just go back on one player. You got to give every single player. Okay, he can play then as well.
We spoke about Man City. Katie, you'll be back shortly. Coming up, we'll find out why some people making 10 changes proves the Champions League format. Is it working?
We need the Ashes on again.
Yeah, do.
The Back Page Review on TalkSport with Tesco Mobile for Business. Got a side hustle as a Pilates instructor? Stretch your budget with business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big 3 networks. For verification, see tescomobile.com/business.
When was the last time you saw someone score with a knuckleball free kick? We're going to take a look at why we're not seeing them anymore and explain a bit about how they work. The knuckleball peaked in the 2010s after that Ronaldo strike against Portsmouth in 2008 inspired academy players everywhere. Here's a young Mason Mount.
I tried to base my free kick on Ronaldo, hit the ball by the valve and it moves. So what do you do? Top corner.
Now, no ball is perfectly aerodynamic, so as it travels it creates ever-changing pockets of turbulent air, causing that unpredictable movement. Football's most prolific free kick taker, Juninho Pernambucano, perfected the technique but didn't invent it. He was inspired by players from the 90s and even the 50s. So how do you do it? You have to hit the ball head on with as short a contact time as possible so the ball doesn't spin. Hitting by the valve helps with that short contact time as it's the hardest part of the football. So why don't we see knuckleballs much anymore? It's because players are being told not to shoot from dead ball situations because the XG is so low. In fact, as Opta shows here, since the 08-09 season there's been a 10% reduction in players shooting from free kicks in the Premier League. And in 23-24, a record low of 11 free kicks found the back of the net. And the knuckleball, though spectacular, is imprecise, which is why it's becoming a thing of the past.
That there were more than the 24 hours in the day. Even if there were 40 more, I wouldn't sleep a minute away. Oh, there's blackjack and poker and...
This is TalkSport Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Ray Parlour with me, right? We're coming to Vegas, but Jeff Stelling's got a point. Jeff just texted in. Morning, Jeff. And I was thinking that, believe it or not, just before he texted in about the 10 changes for Man City. That's what Jeff doesn't like about the format of the Champions League. We'll come back to that, Ray. Ray, Vegas, look, this is a great trip, right? What's your best trip you've ever had to Vegas?
I've only been once.
Oh,
I went in 2002
Yeah.
with all the boys. I think 8 or 9 of us went. But it was, I can't remember where we stayed now, but Chris McCarthy, our mate, organised it. It wasn't the best hotel.
Getting off the plane.
It wasn't the best hotel. Now, we was playing a drinking game all the way, and it was like, you know when everybody's standing up at the back? It was like a pub. It was brilliant. And then we got off, and then one of our mates had to sit down 2 hours before the end of the flight because he weren't going to be allowed in.
What were the guys in the back rows? Were they happy?
No, it was like a stag do. Seriously, on the plane. So we went there and we had a great time. A really, really good fun. I mean, the problem we had was England were playing in the World Cup in South Korea, I think it was.
Yeah.
That way, wasn't it, 2002?
What do you mean that way?
Well, Asia.
Not exactly.
But it's no good if you're in Vegas with a time difference. So what we used to do, we used to all go to bed about, say, 8 o'clock. And we'd wake up at 12 and then we just kick on all day. Because we want to watch the game. I think England games kicks off at 3 o'clock in Vegas, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So we can't miss that. So we had a bit of a plan. All the lads we used to get up.
Well, listen, if you fancy a bit of Vegas, closing this Friday at 4 p.m. Right, so that's you've not got long. 4 p.m. Friday. Don't miss your chance to kick off 2026 by winning an epic trip to Vegas. Thanks to our friends at Virgin Hotels Las Vegas. You and your best mate could be flying upper class. Whoa-ho.
Bit of you out there.
London to Vegas, checking in a luxury spa villa for 4 incredible nights at Virgin Hotels Las Vegas. Cheering from the stands as the Las Vegas Raiders, they take on the Chiefs from Kansas. And to top it all off, you'll get $5,000 in cash to play with. Get rid of 3 of it quick. So clear your calendar from January 2nd to January 7th, 2026, because nothing starts. A new year like beautiful Las Vegas. You're going for it. Good luck.
21 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text at £2 plus standard network rates. Bill payer's permission required. Or call 03434239761. Calls are charged at standard rate. All entries must be received by the 28th of November at 4 p.m. This is a network promotion. Run across TalkSport, Virgin Radio UK and Talk. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
Okay, let's have a wee bit of this at 6:38.
The other head kick is an unbelievable goal from Gareth Bale. God, I love the Champions League. PSG, finally, European champion.
Belting atmosphere. It's absolutely the sort of atmosphere you want to feel in a big Champions League night.
A new era for Champions League football.
Every match matters. It's TalkSport in the Champions League.
It's Kevin's Hatch of the Day.
As always on a Wednesday morning, we round up some of the stories you might have missed, and we do it with European football expert Kevin Hatchard in a feature we'd like to call Hatch of the Day. Morning, Kev.
Morning, Kev.
Morning, guys. No Las Vegas residency for me with that singing voice, I wouldn't have thought.
Nah. Kev, a big night of Europe. Let's start on this. TalkSport Breakfast. Jeff Stelling has made it no secret he doesn't like this Champions League stage format. He says Pep making 10 changes just proves that it's difficult. It doesn't work.
I'm not sure I'd agree with that. I think that's the kind of thing that used to happen towards the end of the group stage. City have obviously started incredibly well, 10 points from 4 games, and so they felt they could make changes against Bayer Leverkusen. But the mistake they made, I guess, was to perhaps underestimate this Leverkusen team because they've had an extraordinary transformation. Because you might remember Erik ten Hag was there for 3 games before he got sacked, but that wasn't really to do with the results. That was to do with a complete disconnect between him, his players, his bosses. It just didn't work out. And since Kasper Hjulmand's gone there, he's done incredibly well. And his man management skills have come to the fore. So, yeah, it's a serious blow for City, but I can understand, given probably how much they had to give for that game against Newcastle at the weekend, that he wanted to make a few changes. But I think it actually shows the other side of it. I think it shows that there's quite a lot of competition all the way down the Champions League, and if you are off it a bit, you can get caught out, and that's what happened.
And Newcastle, Kev, obviously Aubameyang, who's we've not seen for a while in the Premier League. He pops up with 2 goals, and they'd be disappointed 1-0 up, and their away form is not great, is it?
No, it's poor, especially when you compare it to the home form.
Yeah.
But this was a huge game for Marseille. Marseille had lost 3 out of 4, so it was a game they really needed to win. They were in good form. They'd had a big win in Liga at the weekend, and Aubameyang had played really well in that game as well. I mean, he's 37, but he looks razor sharp. He kept himself super fit when he went to Saudi. And when he came back from Saudi football, some players look a bit off it and the level goes. That hasn't happened with him. And they look really good. And what they are, Marseille, is they're a classic De Zerbi team. So really attack-minded, loads of good options going forward, can be a bit vulnerable at the back, but that's a big win for them. So Liverpool have got to go there, match day 7, and that's not going to be easy for them either.
Kev, what about Barcelona last night at the Bridge? I thought it'd be a good game. Chelsea played a strong side considering they play Arsenal at the weekend. But it was a cracking game, and Barca should have been in front. An absolute sitter missed, and then Chelsea ran out really good winners.
Yeah, Ferran Torres, who's been in great form, actually, for Barcelona this season and last season as well. Big chance for him, and he missed it. But I have a feeling that even if that had gone in, Chelsea would have won this game, because from the get-go, they were at it. I thought he got his team selection spot on. Maresca, pacing the front 4. Behind that defensive line, caused them all kinds of problems. Reece James in midfield, really good. Thought Cucurella was phenomenal against Lamine Yamal, absolutely brilliant. And then the performance of Estevao was there for all to see. What a special young player he is.
But what do you make of it, just before we move on? Barcelona's high-lined. Even when they were down to 10 men, they didn't change. Weird.
Yeah, well, he's evangelical about it, Hansi Flick. He's always, playing that way to put pressure on. The problem they have is when they don't have Pedri, they can't control a game. So it just gets away from them, and they gave the ball away a lot last night. But I think it was an excellent Chelsea performance.
Yeah. And what do you make of tonight, Kev? I mean, there's some cracking games tonight as well. I mean, if you look at a handful of them, Arsenal, Bayern Munich, you've got Atletico v Inter Milan, you've got Liverpool playing at home at PSV. PSG is probably a standout one against Spurs, and obviously Real Madrid away.
Yeah, I think, and this is where I do like the league phase, because you get fantastic games every single week. And I think you look at Arsenal Bayern, I mean, that's a cracker, because I know some people will look at it and say, well, they've won all 4. Are they going to kind of, ease off and maybe rotate? Arsenal got that big game against Chelsea at the weekend. I don't think so. I think this is a big opportunity for both of those teams to really make a statement, because Bayern get a chance.
This could be the final, couldn't it, in the summer?
Yeah, I think they've both been excellent. I think Arsenal, if you look at how good they are without the ball, because they've got Eze as well, they've got that bit of magic going forward as well. And I think Bayern, we talk about the high line, they've tweaked it slightly. It's still a high line, but they're taking fewer risks. And so Kompany's trying to get that balance. But they've only dropped 2 points all season, Bayern. They've won away at PSG. They've earned the right to be regarded as a team that can win this competition. So that game tonight for me, Arsenal-Bayern, is the absolute standout.
Yeah, PSG Spurs. Listen, you never know with Tottenham. You just don't know what's coming. But if PSG get an early one, oh dear. What do you reckon, Kev?
Well, Spurs were great against them in the Super Cup and came close to beating them. But the argument there would be that Paris had the Club World Cup. They hadn't really had a pre-season, and Spurs were able to take advantage of that. This is a different Paris team now, I think. And so this is a much tougher test, I would suspect, for Spurs. So they'll look at what they did to Paris in that Super Cup and maybe take solace from that. Been much better away from home than they have been at home. But it could be ugly if, as you say, Paris make a really good start to the game.
Kev, we look forward to it. Thank you, Kevin Hatchard there. Right, so to come on breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on TalkSport with Travis Perkins. Doing what matters for the trade. Find your local branch at travisperkins.co.uk.
So the big question is, we want to ask about Liverpool. Liverpool are back in action tonight. We want to hear from their fans. Arne Slot says he feels guilty for this run of bad form. If the unthinkable happens and PSV leave Anfield with all 3 points, could that really be the end for Arne? Are you confident you'll win tonight? You know the number, 03717 223344. Give us a call. Up next, though, do clubs have a responsibility to look after the legends? Should Ray Parlour be banned from Arsenal for harassing the Gunnosaurus and breaking the lift? That was a look ahead with Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on TalkSport with Travis Perkins. Bricks on bricks on bricks. Over 40 million available to order with delivery to site. That's one less thing to worry about.
Hello and welcome to TalkSport Goals. We've been taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
minutes to 7. TalkSport Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Ray Parlour with me. Right, what do we know this Wednesday morning, apart from the poxy budget? Coventry opened a 10-point gap at the top of the Championship. An impressive 4-2 victory over rivals Borough. Borough come back to 2-0 down to 2-2, didn't they?
I think they missed a sitter and all. A really good chance to go 3-2 up, surely.
Stoke in second after crushing Nathan Jones' Charlton. What's happened to Charlton? They got battered last week as well, didn't they? The top 4 seeded countries will not be able to meet each other until the semis of next year's World Cup for the first time in the tournament's history. Is this right, Ray, before I go on? Is this a good idea, or is that the glamour of the FA Cup or
they want
World
the big
Cup?
Yeah, they want the big nations in it, didn't they?
Yeah, I know, but is that not... it's not cheating. Cheating is the wrong word, but is that not taking, big chances for sides to meet in a quarter-final?
Well, will you ever get a Greece winning the Euros again?
Or a Denmark?
Yeah, exactly. Because the bigger nations always dominate, won't they?
I'm not sure about this, but anyway, I'll go over it again. Top 4 seeded countries will not be able to meet each other until the semis of next year's World Cup for the first time in tournament's history. FIFA have announced that Spain, who are top seeds, Argentina number 2, will be paired and placed into groups in opposite halves of the draw. France is 3, England are 4 will also be paired. Man City were beaten 2-0 by Bayer Leverkusen at the Etihad after Pep made 10 changes for the game. Pep claimed he wanted to give the squad players a chance, but admitted, I overdone it.
Yeah, too many changes. So, what I said always, I believe that the long seasons, every 2 days, 3 days, 2 days, 3 days, everybody has to involve, but maybe it was too much seeing the result. I think they play to make a mistake instead to play to do what you have to do. And you are thinking to avoid, to don't punish the team. You are not free, you are not relaxed. But not just with the ball, without the ball. We were close, but not aggressive enough. And they are a really, really good team. Congratulate, of course, Leverkusen. But, it's what it is. I take absolutely full responsibility. But also I think I see them, and I like to everybody be involved, be a football player. When you are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games, don't play. It's it's tough, but maybe it was too much.
By the way, this is driving Pep mad. I was just watching his body language there. He's twitching, he's scratching. he's not really.
It's a stressful job, Al.
No. It's really upsetting him at the moment.
Well, the problem is when you give the other guys a chance and rest your main team, you're not match fit, are you? It's totally different to training when you're playing football.
Ray, I'm not telling him what to do. Absolutely not, because I love him to bits. 10 changes, 3
Probably
or 4
too
maybe.
much. Yeah,
10 to
we're not managing
throw them all in. No.
But all I can say is that he watches them every day in training. He thought we might mix it up a little bit. He won't have no problem in qualifying, and that's what he looks down to now. I know it was a poor result last night, but they will be in the next stages. They won't have to qualify. They'll be in the top half, which that's all they've got to worry about. That's where the format, you can probably lose a couple of games and still get through.
But have a look at that interview again. Just see what you think about Pep.
They got the weekend. Got Leeds, haven't they?
Leeds at home.
Leeds at home.
But he's hurting. Right, Katie's back.
Hello. Maybe Pep Guardiola is saving all his stars for Leeds at the weekend, perhaps.
Watching your body language as well here.
I think I've got positive body language, don't you think, Alan?
Yeah, I think this morning you have. Yeah, I've seen you walk in here with your head down sometimes, but no, you definitely this morning.
This morning, I'm carrying it well. Well, this
North London derby win.
Well, exactly. Yeah, still buoyant from the weekend. Okay, so this story I want to bring you next is Manchester United class of '92 legends Nicky Butt and Paul Scholes have opened up about their struggles to get tickets for matches at Old Trafford. So Scholes has won 25 trophies, including 11 Premier League titles. You've got Nicky Butt has lifted 15 trophies. So it opens up this question: should legends ever struggle to get tickets? Who would like to start?
Well, let me give you.
I buy 2 for every Arsenal game.
So I still buy them.
Yeah, but everybody else has to buy them, so why should?
But
I can probably walk in and get in and sit somewhere. But I'm talking about I can't take people with me.
Ray, they can't. Man United. There's a story. I don't know if they still do it, so I don't want to slag them off. Great football club. But there was a story when the ex-players would host some boxes and stuff and meet and greet. They got a little, almost like a raffle ticket, a token to have a packed lunch. Yeah. I'm like, what? Man United? No.
I think the Spurs are the best at that, aren't they? And West Ham are good. That's the only teams I know in London.
But you do hear ex-players whinge. You know, I'll be honest with you, I don't go enough to Portman Road or other clubs that I've been at, but I do hear them whinge saying they can't get tickets, they're not looked after, the era's moved on. It's a shame, but there's a lot of players out there that you've got to try and look after. It's
the problem you have, I mean, if you go, let's just go, for instance, Arsenal, there's probably 20,000 on the waiting list for tickets. And they're selling them.
To be honest, last week I got a lovely invite from Matt Holland, right? He's an ambassador down there for lunch before the Wrexham game. I couldn't go, I was busy. So, you know, you do get it, but I wouldn't, you know, if I wanted to go every week, I think Terry Butcher and Russell Osman, pay for their own tickets. They go every home game.
Do you think that's right? If you've played for the club, you should pay for
I'm biased because I thought that was the golden era of Ipswich, and I would suggest no, they should have 2 tickets whenever they want.
I think so as well.
But it's new owners, new business, that's long gone. That's the rules.
There's a lot of ex-players out there.
It's not right, Katie, for me. It's not right.
How many ex-players plays for a club during their time, though?
Yeah, no.
They haven't got enough tickets, probably.
Yeah.
To give to the ex-players.
It's a difficult one, but especially when you think of Paul Scholes, Nicky Butt, what they've won, you think, ooh.
Well, that's the thing. How far should this special treatment go for former players, do you think?
Well, that's the problem you have. Because there's players who've played 10 games. Well, do they deserve 2 tickets as well?
Yeah.
Where'd you go with it? Do you have to play a certain amount of games? I don't know. I don't know how you do it.
There must be categories. If you got, you know, like Nicky Butt and Paul Scholes should, you know, potentially.
Well, let's take, and this is not disrespectful whatsoever, you know, because Ray was part of the Invincible side. Let's take Perry, for instance, Perry Groves. Could Perry go to every home game for nothing?
I think he was from, didn't he?
Yeah, but if he wasn't.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, you know, it's Katie, it's a difficult one. But for them to highlight it means there's a problem there. That means that some of their friends can't get tickets.
Should Jamie O'Hara always get a ticket at Spurs?
I'm sure he does, doesn't he?
He doesn't even get a ticket for Billy Ricky.
Billy Ricky, I was just about to say, Billy Ricky won't give him a ticket. Oh, God. Anyway, that.
2 minutes to 7 o'clock. Katie, thank you.
Dear kitmen, we see you. We appreciate your work. While some fans reckon it's just hanging up shirts in dressing rooms, we know it's so much more. A football team's kit is its identity, its uniform, what sets it out from the rest. But it doesn't clean itself. That's not just the shirts, it's the shorts, the socks, the training gear, the boots, the other bits we sort out behind closed doors. Who's the one digging around in that smelly, stinky laundry basket at full time? Yeah, it's the kit man. They have a lot to work on in a week, from laundry, fixing damaged kit, repairing holes, cleaning boots. Then they pack the van and take everything they need off to the stadium, ready for game day. They don't get a lot of help when they get in the ground too. Kitmen are the ones unloading a full squad's worth of boots, kit, medical bags, and all the bits the players and coaches will need between the start of the day and switching off the floodlights at the end of the day. First thing they do is organise each player's kit, make it easily accessible in order to avoid any dramas on match day. Once everything's in the right place, it's into the dressing room, lay everything out, put players' nameplates on the right locker, all the things you don't even think about on a match day. Once the players arrive, if anything needs doing, they call the kit man. In the meantime, it's on the kit man to help set up for the warm-up. The coaches don't always have time to lay out all the cones and put the balls in those weird triangle piles you see. As the warm-up is underway, the kit man then becomes a glorified ball boy, chasing stray shots and passes, making sure they aren't lost in the crowds. They eventually do the tidying up too, getting everything off the pitch before kick-off and assist the ground staff with any last-minute things they may need. After that, it's last call for the players. Then, at kick-off, they can breathe a sigh of relief for a few minutes, sit back and watch the game, enjoy the fruits of their labour. At half-time, check everyone's okay and everything's as it should be, and then wait for full-time. Once the final whistle's gone, it's time to pack everything down, get the stuff that needs to be washed in the laundry, pack up the van, back to the training ground, and ready to do it again next week. Of course, each club differs, and different staff members will have different responsibilities, but we pay tribute to all of those who do it, whether it's the glitz and glamour of the Premier League or a cold Tuesday night in Stoke.
Okay, 4 minutes after 7 o'clock, TalkSport Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Just what Tom said there, Ray. You're in London. Well, you're not in London today, are you? It was going to be congested around Parliament, but you know the powers to be is that the police at the last minute cancel the farmers bring the vehicles down.
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry. What an absolute disgrace.
It is, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I don't want to be stuck in traffic in London like anyone else, but at the same time, an official protest, it was planned, and the last minute they say you can't do it. It's bonkers. Absolute, you should be ashamed of yourselves, the Met Police. Right, on the way for you this morning. Former Newcastle midfielder Lee Clark will join us to discuss another away defeat for the Geordies. This time in Europe as Marseille. It's just 1 week away, one away game all season. It was always going to be difficult down there. It's not an easy place to go, Marseille, but 1 win away all season with a trip to Everton on Saturday. Will it get worse for Eddie Howe's side? Barnes again with a goal. Great form he's in. Former Bayern, Liverpool and City midfielder Didi Hamann will tell us whether any of his former teams can challenge Arsenal this season. And Madness frontman and die-hard Chelsea fan Suggs will be here today because what a night it was for Chelsea as they battered Barca 3-0. As an 18-year-old wonder kid, Estevao, arrived on the big stage and he was fantastic.
It's a scintillating goal from the boy wonder, Estevao.
Estevao, take a bow, right-footed. He smashed it from a tight angle beyond Garcia.
He needs to enjoy, he needs to session, he needs to play football. Him, Lamine, they are so young with 18 that if you start to talk about Messi, Ronaldo, I think it's too much pressure for young boy like them.
He looks an absolute superstar already, doesn't he, at the age of 18? I think he looks a better player at the same age than when Cristiano Ronaldo burst onto the scene at Manchester United.
He is bold, but he's that good. That boy will win the Ballon d'Or one day.
Do you know, Race, when you think there's going to be another Messi, going to be another Cristiano, we'll come to Cristiano later as well about that World Cup let-off. But there's always young kids coming through, and this fella looks fantastic. The young boy at Arsenal, Dowman, could be another cracker. Lamal, who was quiet last night, is a great player. So there's rich talents coming through.
Absolutely. And you could go back to when Gerrard got into Liverpool side and Rooney, Everton. You know, there's a real talent out there. But you've got to stay there and do it on a regular basis.
I think youngsters now are more professional looking at themselves now.
Yeah, absolutely.
The way they live their young lives, as they grow older, it's maybe not all about money.
I think physically as well, they're much better. They're doing the right training, aren't they? I mean, to get their bodies a bit more stronger and all that sort of stuff, where you probably didn't get that as a young. You just joined in with the first team, but you weren't they're probably doing specialised training for their own bodies now, at 18, 19 years old, because you're still developing, you're still... but yeah, I mean, it's great to see young players going onto a big stage like they did last night, Estevao, as we're talking about, and really shine and don't look fazed by it. And that's a massive...
I said that before. The youngsters now are not fazed. They
no,
get
not
debuts
at all.
and just easy. Estevao, though, how good was he? TalkSport's Adrian Dunham, Alex Crook. They didn't hold back with the praise of Estevao after the game. Have a listen.
He looks an absolute superstar already, doesn't he, at the age of 18? His bravery on the ball, he can do the physical side of the game, he's got brilliant feet, he's got great pace, and he's got a rocket shot on him as well, as he showed with the goal. And I'll add to Sam's rather bold prediction with a bold claim of my own. I think if you look at Estevao and how quickly he's adapted to life in the Premier League, I think there's a big argument that he has to start the game here against Arsenal on Sunday. I think he looks a better player at the same age than when Cristiano Ronaldo burst onto the scene at Manchester United.
He is bold, but he's that good. Honestly, you feel a tingle. If you love your football, you feel a tingle of excitement every time he gets the ball. And the goal he scored was about the footwork and the close control and weaving in and out of defenders, but about strength as well. And that's the bit that really surprised me.
Ray, it's going to be a crack. Who will he play up against the weekend for the Arsenal?
Estevao.
Who do you think will play against him?
Well, if he plays on the right-hand side, you got Calafiori probably.
Yeah, California's a good player.
Well, he likes getting forward, so he'll have to do his defensive duties. Well, the way they play, though, I mean, Reece James will be on that side as well. He can
But will Arsenal boss the midfield? It's going to be a great battle with Rice in there.
Well, you got Zubimendi being there with Rice, Eze. No, Zubimendi, look, he was at fault for the Tottenham goal on the weekend. He lost possession, and it was a brilliant finish from Richarlison. But he's been really good, Al, since he's been at Arsenal.
Yeah.
That was one mistake he's made, and he put his hands up. But since he's been at Arsenal, he's been one of the better players and a great signing.
Really, I think it's a game you got to go to, mate. It's going to be a great game.
I'm going to a wedding.
All the best, Scooby.
In
fact, Scooby, you should be going to the game as well.
No, he loves his Formula One, Scooby. In Qatar, we got the Qatar.
He does love it.
Yeah, he's banging to it. Yeah. And who's going? A couple of my mates are going to Qatar to watch it.
What?
Mac.
Yeah, jolly up.
The boys.
Right, Chelsea fans, get involved with the show this morning. How excited are you getting? Best of ours. He's one of the brightest young talents you've ever seen. 03717 223344. Get in touch, have your say. What a game this is going to be. For more from Adrian and Crookie on last night, check out today's TalkSport Daily podcast. Right, let's get more on Estevao and Chelsea's impressive recent form with former founder and host of Chelsea Fan TV, Alex Harris. A very good morning. Alex, morning.
Morning, Alex.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Very well. Alex, first of all, how good was last night? Great, eh?
Oh, it was incredible. And the comparisons for Estevao, 100% accurate. The hype is real, but I guess it's a question of how long it's going to go on for. And the longer that we're talking about Estevao, the more good things we're saying. So, I mean, he is worth it. And The only name that comes up when, because I stand outside the stadium and I interview fans after games, and people say the same thing. They say, Alex, I haven't felt this way since Eden Hazard was at Chelsea. That is how Estevao is making fans feel.
He was good, yeah, Hazard.
He is incredible. I think the thing about Estevao as well, that even with Hazard at times you didn't always have, is his ability to go on both sides. Because Hazard was obviously sensational. Like, it's very difficult to criticise anyway. I don't want to really compare the two, but Estevao's so good with both feet.
Yeah.
I mean, he can do exactly what he does on his strong left side, on his right as well. And we saw that with the goal. His ability to drive forward, a defender doesn't know whether to put him on his outside, let him cut inside. I mean, he can do both. He can do both things. And driving, the link up was sensational before that goal as well. Andre Santos deserves credit. The midfield, Enzo Fernandez. I mean, it wasn't just Estevao, guys, who deserves credit for this game. Honest to God, everyone was basically a 10 out of 10. And I think that midfield deserves a lot of credit for the way we dominated as well.
It builds up his Sunday, brilliant.
Well, yeah, it's amazing, Alex. When we're not even mentioning Palmer, are we? And he's been out, and he's one of the top players in the Premier League, and that's a massive compliment to Fernandes and Casido and all them sort of guys.
Casido,
Neto stepped up as well.
That's a great battle, Alex. Casido against Rice. I think that's going to be a crack at the weekend.
Oh, it's going to be brilliant. It's going to be so good. But this is the thing, right? We've got so many players that are stepping up now. So many players. You know, that midfield was unreal yesterday. When Santos come in as well, Gusto came off. That was a fantastic change. Tactically, I think James is going to be starting against Arsenal. We've got Fofana in there, and I think he is the key in terms of our clean sheets that we're hopefully going to continue to get in the Premier League, because he brings a physicality which we don't really have. He also brings out the best in Chalobah, which nobody seems to talk about.
Alex, I was just going to touch on the two centre-backs. For me, perhaps that's Chelsea's weakness. I just think two top class centre-backs for me would really put the icing on the cake for Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's saying in January that's the position we need to address. So I'm with you on that. I suppose if we keep Fofana fit, then we don't really have to worry too much, because, as I said, I think he makes Chalobah a better player just because he's much more competent. And we saw the same thing when Silva was at Chelsea, right? Like, I think Chalobah is just a centre-back that needs someone that knows what they're doing, and when you have Tosin, it doesn't work. Badiashil's not reliable either, but I mean, both flanks are great. Even Sanchez has been really reliable over the past couple of months. People try and nitpick small things that he does, but generally speaking, like, there's no criticism for Robert Sanchez. His distribution yesterday was fantastic as well. Like, I could go throughout every single position and I wouldn't be able to say that any player was less than an 8 out of 10. When was the last time I was able to say something like that? Maybe Liverpool when we won. But, I mean, the best reference would probably be PSG in the Club World Cup. I mean, it's just so dominant. Barcelona came to Stamford Bridge and they just couldn't handle it. It's not even a case of them being poor. That is how good we were. We had Delap getting his first goal in God knows how long. Estevao on the score sheet. It was an own goal by Koundé, but you've got to give credit to Pedro Neto, who also has been sensational. Like, we are building the spine of a top team. We're building a chemistry. We're building a belief. A lot of those people, like myself, who didn't believe in Maresca last season, are now looking at this guy and going, you know what? You deserve so much praise. I put my hands up. I apologise. I say, Enzo Maresca, if you can beat Arsenal, maybe we are going to have a conversation about a title charge. I mean, that's all I'm going to call it for now. But we just look very competitive in all positions, and this is a fantastic place to be. But let's not forget, we were in a similar position last December. We were doing very well.
No, keep positive, Alex. Keep positive. It's going to be a cracker. Enjoy the weekend, mate. Well done.
Thanks so much.
There you go. So it
will be
Alex Harris there. So Chelsea Fan TV. Maresca,
you take a point of view, Arsenal, probably. I know a lot of Arsenal fans say, no, we can win at Stamford Bridge, but looking at the realistic side of it, the realistic look at it as a
spot here, but what's the recent record for Arsenal? They're good.
I don't know, Al.
The stat box.
Let's have a look.
But can they reproduce that last night? Because that was electric.
Well, I'll be amazed if he changes the team, because it looks a real confident team. And
these managers now say, well, 2 games in a few days.
Does he go with Delap up front? Or
yeah,
but it'd be interesting to see what.
It's a game I'll be watching up the Marquis. Coming up, we're turning attention surrounding Ronaldo in FIFA. A lot of people absolutely adore Cristiano, but one or two will be saying, hold on a minute, this is not right. What's going on here? Just how outrageous is this? We'll discuss that coming next.
Hello and welcome to TalkSport Goals. We've been taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Okay, 7:21, TalkSport Breakfast with Arnold Clark, Ray Parlour with me. The mid-morning show were joined yesterday by the founder of Boxer and Chris Eubank Jr.'s promoter Ben Shalom, who didn't hold back with his thoughts on Eubank's performance in the rematch against Ben.
Look, he's contemplating what happened, recovering from what happened. I think anyone with any sort of brain can see that wasn't Chris Eubank Jr. He was a shell of himself. I think he threw 30% of the punches that he threw in the first few rounds in the first fight. He was finished. He was done. He could not. He couldn't. He didn't even have the energy to fight back. And I don't want to make excuses because at the end of the day, a lot of fans paid a lot of money to go and see that fight. And what an event it was. What a spectacle it was. But Chris was not in this state that he should have been.
Why?
To have a fight like that.
Why?
That's for him to talk about.
Yeah, interesting one. I did, Ray. I could. I was sat at home and I couldn't get through. It wouldn't take my money for some reason, so I had to. I listened on TalkSport and enjoyed it, but it sounded so one-sided.
Conor Benn was very good. He was ready to go. You could see the fire in his.
Is it finished now, or are we going to get?
I think it's got to be finished. They've made their money, haven't they? I'll be a mate. Look, don't get me wrong. I know it's.
Eubank must be thinking.
I know it's 1-1, and you.
Chris must be
must be a
thinking, that
decider.
wasn't me.
It must be a decider, but whether they will do or not. But obviously they've made plenty of money out of it. I listened to Nigel. He said, "I'm not coming back to it. That's it now. I'm done. I'm staying," because he lives in Australia now.
Yeah.
So he's
thank God, hasn't he? I think.
Yeah, he's not coming back to England. He reckons, which probably a lot of people might say that after the budget out.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, whether we see another one, but I really fancy Conor on that second one. I think it was.
He showed some guts in the first one as well.
Yeah, he was pretty close that first one. And look, there's no excuse for that, really. I don't know what Eubank's done. I mean, he's training.
You could blame the weight, but I don't know. It's a tough sport.
Absolutely, yeah.
Anyway, we move on. If you love your boxing, though, this Saturday, Ben Whittaker makes his matchroom debut against Benjamin Gavassi for the WBC Silver Light Heavyweight title and the World Title Eliminator. Watch this Saturday only on DAZN.
Boxing update on TalkSport with DAZN, the global home of boxing. Sign up now at dazn.com/boxing.
Okay, 7:23, and Katie is back. Katie, you always bring a sparkle to the studio, Katie.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you.
You do.
Sparkle things up. Big smile on my face. Well, it's because I get to work with you two every morning.
What are we talking about, Cristiano?
What's that face for? Right, so we are talking about Cristiano Ronaldo now, because he's been given a World Cup reprieve by FIFA, meaning he can play in the first game of next summer's World Cup for Portugal. Now, he was red-carded against the Republic of Ireland for elbowing Dara O'Shea, but FIFA have suspended 2 of the 3 matches for his violent conduct offence, and he will be on probation for 1 year. Ray, should Ronaldo's ban have been upheld?
Well, look,
tell the truth.
I love Cristiano. I think he's been absolutely brilliant for the game. The way he's conducted himself, but he can't play in that first game. That's it. He's suspended. You elbow someone in the face. How does he get out of that?
Well,
there's other players who are not going to play.
Well, that's the thing,
exactly.
yeah.
I know
everyone else is going to demonstrate now and appeal. Say, hold on a minute, how did he get away with it?
Look, I know it's his last World Cup and he's such a big figurehead all around the world, but the rules are the rules. You can't change it for one person and not the other.
Well, that's the thing. So Ronaldo's offence is worse than Moises Caicedo. Moises Caicedo will miss Ecuador's first game after picking up 2 yellows in the last qualifier, which isn't right. Nicolas Otamendi got a red for Argentina and will serve the same 1-match suspension. But with Ronaldo, he got 3 initially, with 1, 2 of those being suspended.
So it's probation for what? Another year?
Another year, yes.
Yeah, but he might retire by then.
And it's his last World Cup.
That's it.
Ridiculous. So do you feel as though there's one rule for Ronaldo different for everyone else? And actually, if they're doing this for Ronaldo, should this therefore be the same for everyone else?
Well, they should scrap everybody's then.
Well, exactly.
And then we wouldn't be arguing about it, would we? If they do it,
listen, I think we're all of the opinion. What a great!
I want to see Ronaldo.
But you can't have rules for one and rules for another. No,
it doesn't work.
On the flip side of the argument, it is his last World Cup. He's got lots of credit in the bank. Lots of fans will want to see Ronaldo at the World Cups, and it's actually his first ever international red card, I'm reading here. So
yeah, but the sponsors will want it as well, won't they? So they're pandering to the sponsors, probably. Not just Cristiano.
Well, he's met Donald
Ronaldo
Trump
comes
and all that
with
sort
lots
of stuff.
attention and lots of popularity. So lots of fans will want to see Ronaldo. Surely a World Cup starting with Ronaldo is better for everyone.
He shouldn't have elbowed the guy there, should he?
Yeah.
No.
That's how you look at it.
Lots of fans, Kay, want to see their country in the World Cup, but they didn't qualify. Right? The rules are the rules. You get the points, you qualify. The rules are the rules. He's been suspended. He's banned. He shouldn't be allowed to play.
Another argument.
Regardless how good he is.
Another argument to throw at you. World Cup qualifiers is different competition to the World Cup, which is the tournament. For example, red cards in the Premier League are not transferred over to the Champions League. So why should this be any different?
Well, that's another argument, I suppose. What do you think of that, Al?
I was thinking about something else.
Wake up, Alan!
He's thinking, shall I have another custard cream or not?
I was thinking about
I've just had those gingerbreads outside. They were lovely.
Say that again.
So,
shall I have another custard cream? Is it too early?
It's only 7:26. So, World Cup qualifiers is a different competition to the World Cup. Red cards aren't carried over from the Premier League to the Champions League. Therefore, why should this be any different?
Well,
you still qualified for the World Cup, though, aren't you? You're still involved in a World Cup game,
it's a different competition.
I don't know.
I think we're thinking too much here.
Should we just have a custard?
Well, he's only just thinking now. He's only just heard what we're saying.
I'm thinking ahead here, Kate.
He's thinking, shall I dip it in my tea or just eat it?
Those biscuits are great, to be fair.
All right, honestly. Have you got anything else?
No, that's it for now. So
No,
Ronaldo,
it's a difficult one. I'd love to see him there, but at the same time, rules are rules.
Well, the other
we're
two are
trying
banned,
to
aren't
pander
they? So-
to too many.
Yeah, well, let's see what happens with the other two.
Well, they should appeal it. They should appeal it now.
Yeah, so
Guaranteed.
everybody's scrapped and we'll start again.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Everybody be happy.
Well done,
All equal.
Well done, Mr. Blatter. Right, coming up, we'll hear from a Chelsea fan who believes they can win the title. 03717 2233.
What was you thinking of, Al?
Is a number custard creams is a number to have your say.
football ground are you thinking of when someone says this?
Really tough place to go. Difficult place to go. Such a tough place to go.
It's a tough place to go at the moment.
It was a really difficult place to go.
But what are the toughest places to go, really? We've had a look. Forget a cold, wet Tuesday night in Stoke. Try a blizzard 220 miles inside the Arctic Circle. When Chelsea lost at Tromsø in Norway in the Cup Winners' Cup, a massive snowstorm hit at half-time. These two boys and their brooms were absolutely no match for it. We're staying in Scandinavia for Scotland's toughest away day on the side of a cliff in the Faroe Islands in Euro 2000 qualifying. The pitch at Toftir was like a cow field, never mind those gale force winds. The Faroe Islands part-timers equalised in stoppage time. Cue Scandi scenes. But away trips don't come tougher than playing Bolivia at altitude in La Paz. Or so we thought. The Bolivians have now taken home advantage to another level, literally 500 metres further up the Andes to the country's highest city, El Alto, 4,100 metres above sea level. Meanwhile, the loudest stadium in world football officially is the Ali Sami Yen, where Galatasaray fans set a world record of 131 decibels. That's louder than Motorhead. But our most intimidating away day is in Wales. Prison team HMP Prescoed was briefly kicked out the Gwent League over concerns about young opposition having to go in there. Now that's a tough place to go.
This is TalkSport Breakfast with me, Brazil Ray Parlour, and our friends at Arnold Clark. Get £750 any used electric car or home charger, $750 off. Right, let's head straight to the phone lines. 03717 223344. That's your number. Chelsea fans, did last night prove you are ready to challenge for a major trophy and put you in great stead for the weekend against the Arsenal? Dan's a Chelsea fan. Dan, morning.
Morning, Dan.
Hello, good morning, boys. How are you doing?
Very well, Dan, and you've got to be delighted with last night and excited for the weekend.
Over the moon. I mean, I'm not sure if you boys watched that last night. I don't know how loud it was on the TV, but it was absolutely phenomenal in there. I mean, if the fans are like that on Sunday, Arsenal don't stand a chance. They'll bottle it. They'll bottle it. I mean, everyone's talking about Estevao, but Cucurella for me was last night's hero. Lamine Yamal, unbelievable player. What did he do last night?
Yeah.
Nothing.
And Cucurella, of course, a big Barcelona fan, played at the club, I think.
I think everybody. I think Alex said it earlier. Everybody played their part. Really did. I mean, defensively they played well. Midfield were very solid. Fernandes was getting forward, getting in great positions. Neto, who's really improved over the last few weeks. I thought every single player played their part.
Dan, does he play the same team against the Arsenal?
Well, the thing is, I think the reason why Neto played up front is obviously it was Barcelona like playing the offside trap. I don't think he's going to start up top, but I mean, he's in a bit of a pickle now because how do you bench Estevao after that? But how do you bench Neto? I mean, even Garnacho, I think, played very well, and I think if anyone's going to have to move, I think Neto's going to have to go to left wing, and then either João Pedro or Delap goes up top because, I mean, you can't bench Estevao after that. I mean, no Chelsea fan's going to be happy with that.
No. Well, Dan, listen, good luck at the weekend. It should be an absolute cracker. Chelsea buzzing, but Arsenal are buzzing. Ray was saying
it's going to be
Arsenal against Tottenham. The atmosphere was the best he's heard for a long, long time.
Two good teams, yeah.
Let me take another call. What about Gabby? Gabby's an Arsenal fan. Gabby, morning.
Morning, Gabby.
Morning, sir. Morning, Sir Brazil. Morning, Party Parlour. How are you both?
Yeah, all very good,
We're good, Gabby. This is going to be some game, isn't it, the weekend?
Do you know what, Alan? Listen, my best mate's home and away Chelsea, and I went to watch them at White Hart Lane, and also I watched them against Liverpool. They do turn up at big games. But the thing is, what everybody's forgetting is Barcelona have played 18 games and they've kept 4 clean sheets all season. As you both know, Arsenal are set up to not concede goals. All we've got to do is just not set up to not concede, and we'll nick one on the break.
Yeah.
And I'll take a 1-0 win now. I'll be there tonight. I'm actually more worried, Alan, about Rachel Reeves today than I'm about...
Don't worry about her. She's history. She'll deliver today. We'll all be gutted, and then she'll be gone, I'm afraid. Not afraid, I'm delighted. Gabby, before you go, Ray said earlier, he said, I'll take a point now. Would you take a point at the bridge?
I think to Mark Pugash on social media that I felt that we needed 4 points from the league games and 3 points from the 1 point from the Champions League. That was kind of where we're at. Anything else is a huge, huge success. I think we've got it in the bag to do it. I think Chelsea blow hot and cold. And Steve, as they call him, Estevao, the Steve they call him, the fans, he's a great talent. But again, he's got to play up against one of the best defences I think I've ever seen in the Premier League at the moment.
Yeah.
And he's happy he's walked in, and he's looked as if like he said, "Well, look, Gabs, don't worry. You take a bit of time out, rest up, and I'll keep your place safe as such, and keep the guard intact." And I think it's only, if I'm honest with you, sloppiness from like Sunday that will undo us. It will only be something silly from Raya or someone not performing to the level they need to that would cause a problem Sunday, if I'm brutally honest.
Well, Gabby, enjoy Sunday. It's going to be an absolute cracker, mate. Keep listening. Thank you, pal.
Yeah, different
Gabby, an Arsenal fan.
Totally different defences, Al. Barcelona, they won't play. Arsenal defence won't play like a Barcelona did last night. Give you an opportunity.
No.
They'll be a lot more solid. They'll be a lot more compact.
I think the midfield wins it, Ray. Whoever just has the upper hand. But I could see a draw here. I could. Yeah. And it wouldn't be the worst result for Arsenal.
No.
Right now, 5 minutes of madness cost Newcastle United again on the travels last night.
Here comes Aubameyang, and punch comes miles out of his goal. Aubameyang trying to score from a tight angle, and does! What a goal from Aubameyang! Newcastle United head back 23 seconds into the second half.
I can't remember over the last at least 4 years, Sam, covering a Champions League game and it be very dour. They're so good, and they just go from end to end.
Goes in towards the near post, and it's Aubameyang again, getting across his marker and poking high above, poking into the net.
Bottom line is they've had a mad 5 minutes, probably from 46 to 50 minutes, and that's cost them 2 goals, and the first one was a giveaway. It really was.
Yep, 7:39. Let's bring in our next guest now, knows all about the tune. At home, really difficult to beat. Away from home, struggling at the moment. Let's say a very good morning. Former skipper Lee Clark joins us. Clarky, Lee, morning.
Morning, Lee.
Morning, Al. Morning, Ray.
Can you put your finger on this, Lee? You know, against City, brilliant, and then away from home, once again, let them settle down.
It's crazy, Alan, what's going on at the minute. We're getting some brilliant results and performances at home, and away from home, we just kind of get this elusive win in the competitions. Started off last night terrifically well. You know what it's like going to Marseille, really tough, intense place, and started off great first 10-15 minutes. Another goal for Harvey Barnes, who's in a rich vein of football.
Yeah.
Brilliant, getting himself in real goal-scoring positions. Eddie tweaked the system a little bit and it looked like it was working. And then, as everyone said, a mad 5-10 minutes just cost you. But that just shows you when you're in the elite competitions, you cannot have crazy 5 or 10 minutes because it'll bite you on the backside.
Yeah. Well, the good news, Lee, is with the format, they can win their home games and try and nick a point away from home or try and get a draw. They should hopefully get through to the latter stages and then the next round without having to play in playoffs and all that sort of stuff. So there's still so much to play for, and you've got to remember players are still learning to play in the competitions, and there's lots and lots of games. And would you say the squad's big enough, Lee?
I think the squad's big enough. I think just at the minute, the one position which has been an issue since the big transfer saga of the summer is up top, and we've brought Visser in, but unfortunately he's never been able to play a minute for us. But I totally agree with you in terms of the new format. I've said that from the start, that this format should suit Newcastle, with a great home form, and means we might need to go through a playoff scenario. And we've still got great belief. I think there was a lot of positives to take from last night. But obviously, when you're on the run that we are at the moment away from home, you just obviously look at the negative that we've lost. I mean, before the game, I said to my pals, Newcastle fans, I'd definitely take a point.
Yeah.
And get home.
Lee, the goalkeeper, Nick, I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But in saying that, it was still a hell of a finish, wasn't it?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Aubameyang, what a finish from that angle. I mean, you're right. I mean, I'll have goalie coaches and goalies shouting down the radio when I say this, but just sometimes you just wish keepers would just stay on the line and just let the defender sort it out, and then Aubameyang has the keeper to beat. But you've got to make a decision, split second. He's took it round him, but the finish is top draw. He's still doing the business. We're at 36 as he's now, and he looked quality last night.
Well, I'm just about to say, Lee, it's just the players, it's their mindset now, isn't it? I mean, away from home, we can't get result. And, Premier League haven't been great either. And they go to Everton this weekend, which is another tough away game, isn't it?
Ray, honestly, it's getting a little bit of an issue, It's like
absolutely.
When everyone starts talking about it, we've obviously got a really difficult game at the weekend, going to Everton in the new stadium. Watch them at the weekend put in a strong performance against Man United with 10 players. David's got them playing really well. We've got Leverkusen, who come off the back of a great result last night with City in the Champions League.
Yeah.
And then obviously coming up very, very quickly, we've got the Tyneham derby at the Stadium of Light. So we've got to get our way form sorted as quickly as possible.
Well, they're doing brilliant.
We can't let the unthinkable happen.
Well, I've got to bring it up. They're at home with Bournemouth, and they're making it really tough. They're having a real go in the Premier, Sunderland, aren't they? Brilliant.
Listen, I'll speak to you and Ali regular about this. They've had a very good go financially, and what I'm seeing when I watch them, they're doing fantastically well. So, but we just got to get back on it, try and get this monkey off our back in terms of the away results, and get going and get ready.
Lee, I know you got to go, so listen, we'll talk later, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, Lee.
Enjoy the weekend's football. Enjoy tonight as well, of course. Lee Clark, still to come on Sports Breakfast. Here we go.
Superstar Breakfast preview on TalkSport with Travis Perkins. Doing what matters for the trade. Find your local branch at travisperkins.co.uk.
So everyone's asking after Estevao scored an absolute screamer against Barca last night. We're asking just how good is this kid? Here's TalkSport's chief football correspondent Alex Crook and Chelsea boss Enzo Maresca.
I think he looks a better player at the same age than when Cristiano Ronaldo burst onto the scene at Manchester United.
If you start to talk about Messi, Ronaldo, I think it's too much pressure for young boy like them.
Difficult. I don't like, talking so high about young players because you put pressure on them. But everyone is now. Who's right? Is it too early to compare him to a young Ronaldo, or is it his way to being the best player in the world? 03 717 22 33 44 is the number. He was quiet last night. I'm still a Lamau fan, by the way. Give us a call. Up next, can anyone catch Cov in the Championship? Borough pegged them back. Could have gone 3-2 up, but Coventry march on. Brilliant Coventry. That was a look ahead, all thanks to the brilliant Travis Perkins on TalkSport.
Superstar Breakfast preview on TalkSport with Travis Perkins. Bricks on bricks on bricks. Over 40 million available to order with delivery to site. That's one less thing to worry about.
welcome to TalkSport Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
To 8, TalkSport Breakfast with Ray Parlour. God, what a state he's going to be in this weekend.
Oh, this weekend it'll get interesting now. I'll have a wedding due.
Well, don't miss the football.
I'll have a wedding when it's not your own. Oh, well, I'll definitely be watching the football. No doubt about that.
Let's have a look at the headlines this Wednesday morning. Pep celebrated taking charge of City for the 100th time in the Champions League last night, but it was Bayer Leverkusen and the fans that were left dancing at full time, winning 2-0 with Pep making 10 changes. Ali was there. I bet that was a shock. Sheffield United owners may have some explaining to do after staggering reports emerged that they inquired about the purchase of Sheffield Wednesday.
Oh.
Yeah, we spoke.
We had both.
We spoke to Chris Wilder yesterday. I bet he wasn't aware of that.
They've got a big game tonight, haven't they?
And after Arsenal battered Spurs on Sunday to take the North London bragging rights, they face a much tougher test tonight. Harry Kane and Bayern Munich come to the Emirates. And Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta spoke yesterday on wanting to go at Bayern the same way they went to Spurs.
We have to make sure that we carry that energy tomorrow again to the stadium, to each individual, and I will play with the same, again, dominance, aggression, efficiency against that top side.
Ray, does he play his best side against Bayern?
I think he likes playing his best side against these big games to give him confidence.
Again, with Chelsea coming up.
I think they're athletes now, El. I know they've had a lot of injuries, and if anybody's carrying slight niggles, or he will probably rest them. It go by the medical staff. It go by their performances. But if they're all fit and ready to go, I think he'll play a strong side.
Do you? I hope so.
You can always bring players off the bench. You know, you can, if you get 2-0 up at home, and you're going to get the crowd right behind you, and then you can always make changes. That
can you imagine the texts and emails that Harry's getting them all? Come on, Harry, do it for us. He's
a top player, isn't he, Harry? What a record he's had in Germany, and he'd be the one. I think he's got the most goals in it at the Emirates. I think he has. So he's going to be the one they have to stop because he's on fire at the moment. And he'd love to get one over on Arsenal, definitely.
Well, last night watching the Chelsea game, a massive banner. And was it the shed end? I think it was. Frankie Lampard. There's only one. We love Frank. And of course, the Sky Blues extend their lead at the top after a cracker at the Riverside last night.
The final whistle goes. Coventry City win here by 4-2, and in doing so open up a 10-point cushion at the top of the championship. Frank Lampard's men make it 10 wins in 11. They are on a right old charge here, Coventry. They've seen off Middlesbrough, started the night in second.
Yeah, incredible. Opened up a 10-point lead at the top of the championship, beating Borough in a 6-goal thriller. Frank has got them on a roll. His side have now recorded 40 points from 17 games. But even more impressively, they've scored 47 goals in those matches. 19 more than any other side in the division. Incredible. Let's bring in a man who was at the game last night, no stranger to the championship, former Stoke striker, of course. It's Chris Alumo. I said, why do you write it down like Chrissy morning?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Try spell it. Hey, Chris, try spell it. Ah, no. Don't put that on my script, you tubes. Hey, Chris, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm always good. Very, very good. Thank you. And tell you what a game that was last night. What an advert that was for the Championship. You know, I think Frank Lampard, he's in there. He's inherited a fantastic squad that was underachieving. Yeah. But it just shows you his man management skills. He's brought in a few players, the squad in depth. The hangover of missing out in the playoffs last season, they have kicked on and they are the real deal. I've covered them a few times and they've just got quality and depth. They've got goals coming from all over the pitch. And to be fair, they had less of the ball last night, so they have that. They know how to manage games. The first 2 goals, 70 minutes in, Coventry were 2-0 up. Middlesbrough had all the ball. So they understand whatever scenario the game throws at them, they can get it over the line.
Chris, they got back in it, Borough, and then could they have gone 3-2 up?
See, now this is the thing, and I was going to ask you to. So Kim Hellberg took training the day before. He had programme notes, but he didn't sit on the bench. He sat up in the stand and let Eddie Vives, because as a manager, do you not think it's a free hit? He's come in, they're playing top of the league, but be in a position that you can influence it right there.
I agree. I said that, Chris, a couple of days ago. We showed an interview on telly here, and I said, why is he not taking charge now? But, you know, you're right, he decided to stay in the stands. But if I was him, I'd have been in the dressing room.
100%. I think there was talk of a work permit, but that all came through. And like you say, they got back into it. Middlesbrough were better on the ball. They looked more threatening. They got back in the game at 2-2. And then, obviously, Tommy Conway missed an open goal. And then off the back of that, Frank Lampard, he brought on Jack Rodoni. Jamie Allen came on straight away. They got a foothold in the game and they went on and won it comfortably. Big Ellis Sims, wait till you see both of his goals. His first one is an absolute outstanding goal. Just feels it into the top right-hand corner. There was some excellent quality on show last night.
Chris, I've got to ask you about the other teams in the Championship as well, because I couldn't believe Ipswich, where they were, say, a month ago, and now they win the game in hand, they could go second.
Well, the bookies kept saying there was through a favourites.
Yeah, so Ipswich have had a good one, and Southampton are picking up as well. They had a good win last night, and as you rightly said, it's such a great league.
Do you know who people have missed as well?
Stoke City.
Bristol City.
Bristol City are up there.
They're up there.
Well, you look at all these teams, you know, like Stoke City, Mark Robbins, he's recruited well. They've kind of kicked on. Bristol City are going well, but their squad's very, very stretched. I was covering that game Saturday, so a few of those players are coming back. Jason Knight getting back into the team as well. You're looking at Ipswich; they are favourites for a reason. Massive turnover of players, and it is going to take a little bit of time just for them to kick on and gel. That's seeming to happen, but it's consistency. And then you look at Southampton. So these teams that we all expected before the ball was kicked this campaign should be up there. You know, the Championship never fails to deliver. You know, it's relentless, and you have to find that consistency and get that winning momentum as well.
Yeah, Ipswich, they got to Oxford Friday night. Southampton picked up as well. They're beginning. They go to Millwall, which is not easy at the weekend.
Yeah, well, this is it. You know, I think Will Still was relieved of his duties, and a new manager comes in, and the players have kind of kicked on from that. They're reacting well. They've dominated games, scoring lots of goals as well, gentlemen. So, like, I think this is the moment. This is this telling period. I think there's going to be 9 games from now till the end of December. This is when you can win a couple of those games. And I'm just listening to two of you talking about what Arsenal's are going to do. It's just about winning games, isn't it? Yeah. You put out your strongest team to win the game. There's no better feeling walking into that dressing room when you've won the game, the music goes on, and you're ready for the next one. It's and I just think when you start tinkering with the team too much, then I think it's a recipe for disaster.
Chris, we were talking about Cristiano Ronaldo earlier, getting his cards rescinded to play the World Cup. Wow. I've got to say to you, what about Scotland? How did we qualify? Unbelievable.
What a game.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? You know, I think it's third seed in the group. You know, Steve Clarke, he's qualified, 3 majors out of 4. What a job he's doing. And it's all about, he said it in his interview. He says, I wanted to get these players lots of caps, and through that comes experience. They know how to manage games, they know how to win games. You know, some of the games in this campaign as well, like Greece at Hampden Park as well, they absolutely battered us, but we ought to win the game. But this is what this team does to qualify qualify for the World Cup, the first time in what is it, 27 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's go and enjoy it. But we've got to learn. We've got to learn. I was at the Euros, obviously, for TalkSport last summer, and very conservative, very scared to go and try and win a game. You know, I mean, let's go and try and be free. Let's go and express ourselves and just see. Let's do something that no Scottish team's ever done before, and that's qualify from a group stage, albeit it's always going to be very difficult, isn't it?
Yep. Chris, enjoy the weekend, pal.
Cheers,
Thank
Chris.
you. Chris Uwalumo there. There you go. See, I can't say it. I always, that makes it, when they put it down in the script, Uwalumo. Come on, say Uwalumo. Simple as that.
Don't blame no one else, Al.
Right, coming up, we're joined by former City, Bayern and Liverpool midfielder Didi Hamann to find out if he thinks any of those sides can challenge Arsenal this season. What a game coming up this weekend. That's coming next.
Tyson Fury, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. Just hearing these names makes you think money and the hundreds of millions of dollars, pounds or Saudi riyals in boxing. But that's at the top. At the bottom, it isn't quite the same. Even for those on the rise, there's not an awful lot of cash in the boxing world. And if you're just starting out, well, it can be a very costly exercise indeed. But don't take my word for it. Here's the former European champion, TalkSport's Spencer Oliver.
You're turning professional and you're boxing, let's say, York Hall on a non-televised fight. You have to sell tickets to earn any money, but you have to cover the wages of your opponent as well. So if you don't have the ability to be able to sell enough tickets, you effectively have to pay to fight.
A far cry then from Jake Paul facing Mike Tyson in 2024, when the purse was reported to be around £48 million. But the vast amounts of cash lining the top dog's pockets isn't the norm in a typical fight.
Let's say you're lucky and you get between 5 and 10 grand. You're going to get 10 grand max for that. 10% goes to the trainer, 25% goes to the manager. Then we've got the tax man to pay as well. So we're cutting that money in at least half. So now you've got 5 grand for a 10-week camp. So you're talking about a guy here earning, he might be clearing 500 quid a week. How do you support a family on that? So boxers chase the dream. And, you know, there's probably 2% of them that actually make it.
So say you do make it, and you start to rise up the ranks. Strikers Boxing, a training academy, says the mid-tier fighters can earn more, somewhere between £10,000 and £50,000 a fight, depending on record, profile, opponent and popularity of weight class. It's only at the top level does the real cash start flowing in, with the top-tier professionals, i.e. those going for titles, earning 6 figures a fight. Something else you'll have heard of is the terms prize fighter or journeyman. A prize fighter is, as it sounds, someone who picks up fights where they can and gets a nice big check if they win. Journeymen are the fighters who take on up-and-comers, effectively used for experience in the ring. Even if they're going up against the real prospects, a young Anthony Joshua, for example, these guys will be lucky to earn more than 10 grand. So the average boxer isn't as rich as you'd think.
Well, there was fun at the North London Derby and fun last night, and it's all going to kick off at the weekend. What a game! Chelsea against Arsenal. TalkSport Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Ray Parlour looks forward to it. Take a point now, he said. On the way for you this morning, Madness frontman and huge Chelsea fan Suggs will join us live here in the studio to discuss their new greatest hits album, Hit Parade, where they'll pick 45 singles from the past 45 years. What about that? But now it's crisis time for champions Liverpool as PSV roll into town, looking, well, to inflict a whopping 7th defeat in the last 9 games. PSV, can they? Manager Arne Slot is not panicking, however, and had this to say ahead of this game.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with a situation like this. I think every day you have to prove yourself if you are working at a club of this level. So you cannot say we won the league or we did this or this and now everything is okay. If you work at this level, the next game is always the one that's most important, and you have to prove yourself every single time. That's for me, that's for the players, and that is also what we like about working in this environment, that you can never rest. You always have to keep going if things go well, but definitely also if things don't go well. So yes, I don't know if I have to prove myself to the fans as well as I have to prove myself to myself and to the players and to everyone involved in the football club.
Ray, I like this guy.
Yeah.
I do. I think he's very straight, honest, and listen, he'll know PSV inside out, his friends and whoever, he'll know all about them. But I just think there's something in the dressing room is not
something's
quite right.
gone wrong. I don't know what's gone wrong, but he's probably trying to put his finger on it as well.
Yeah.
It's just not clicking at the moment, and the way they started the, retain to retain their title was unbelievable. 5 in a row. They beat Arsenal. That brilliant free kick, wasn't it? At Anfield.
Sloboslai.
Yeah, and you thought, oh, they're the ones to beat again. But suddenly they just fell off a cliff, really, haven't they? And some of the results they've had, you're like scratching your head.
Someone in the dressing room's got to get them together and say, hey, this is not.
I think it says in the paper today they've had a little meeting again. You've got to sit down and point fingers at people sometimes.
Yeah.
And people don't like it, but you get the best out of that meeting by saying, come on, someone's not doing enough.
He's a big Liverpool fan. He said, I'm not going all the way up there to watch that.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
some people are getting a bit disillusioned, but Liverpool fans of old, well, they've gone through this before. They'll know Liverpool will come back. And I hope Slot can do it. I don't want to see them change.
Well, they're capable of winning 10 in a row, well. If suddenly it clicks again, and that's the beauty of it. Man City are capable of doing that. So you can never say, oh, they're out of the title race, because if you go on a run like that, then, if the other teams drop points around...
I think they've just been sloppy, passing it, and I hate to say it, a little bit lazy. Liverpool were bang at it, but look, that can change. Right, let's... strong words from Arne Slot there, who must know games against PSV and West Ham, I think, have to end in 2 wins. However, it won't be an easy game tonight at Anfield against PSV. Let's get more on this. Bring in former Liverpool defender Didi Hamann. Didi, morning, Didi.
Morning, Didi.
Morning, Alan. Morning, Ray.
Didi, what do you? Can you put your finger on it? What's gone wrong at Liverpool at the moment? I think it will change. I'm sure it will change. But what's happening at the moment?
Well, Ray just said they fell off a cliff. I'm not sure they've been on a cliff this season, because even the games they won early in the season, Bournemouth, Newcastle, Burnley, Arsenal, they were all late goals. They were very fortunate in these games. And when you don't play well, win games usually brings a group together because you trust each other. But the performances didn't pick up, and obviously they got beat a few times now. I think in the Champions League they've been pretty okay so far, because it's less physical, and I think that's the biggest problem. You just said it, they've been sloppy. I think they've been not physical enough. They don't show enough urgency, and that's why they've been struggling in the Premier League so far.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but things like 50-50s. Liverpool were bang on it. Not at the moment. It could be confidence. I don't know, Didi, but something's not right. I can see them. I can't see PSV beating them tonight. I can't.
No, I can't. They're good at home. They beat Napoli 6-2 at home, but I expect Liverpool to win tonight. But Slot said in the press conference, he said, in this club, the harder it gets, the closer the club gets together. The team hasn't shown it so far, and I think that's where they have to start. I don't think it's a given that it's going to get better anytime soon, because there's a lot of players who underperform at the moment, and they don't look a team. Last season they've been sensational. They looked a unit. They've been together. Everybody helped each other. Now you don't see this, and obviously even with Liverpool, with the good players they've got, if you don't stick together, you won't win.
Do you think he's under pressure, Didi, already? Or because, look, what he done last year was unbelievable. To win the league on his first season. Everybody thought it might be Arsenal, Man City last year, but they come from nowhere and deserved it. They was the best side. But would he be under pressure now?
Well, I don't think anybody wants to see him leave because of what he's done last season. And obviously the run of form is very bad at the moment, and I think what you want to see as a club is progress. And I think the next 2 games, I think, will be telling. Alan just said they've got to win both games. I agree, because we don't need to talk about the title now. Arsenal looks very strong. Chelsea looks the only contender really at the moment. Yeah. I think they've got a fight on their hands to finish in the top 4. And if you don't see progress in the Premier League, I think his time will come to an end as it will with everybody else.
You mentioned Arsenal there, Didi. Couple of big games for the Arsenal club against your old club, Bayern Munich, and then Chelsea coming up at the weekend. How will Bayern take this? Because it's different format, Champions League now. What's that game a win for Didi?
Well, I think they showed it in Paris. They played it like a final, and they beat them. They were down to 10 in the second half. They defended as a team, and they've been brilliant. I think they approach it the same way. They want to beat Arsenal. I don't think they see it as a game where if they win it, great. If not, we still finish in the top 8. Bayern Munich will go there. They haven't been beaten this season so far. They'll go there to win the game, and I think they've got every chance to do so.
What is the standard like now, Didi, in Germany? Is it improved, or is it dropped a little bit?
Well, at the moment you've got to say they haven't really got any competition. Leipzig is probably the closest. They haven't even qualified for Europe last season. But obviously, if you win all the games, you're bound to win the league. But they've been very impressive, I've got to say. And, you know, Chelsea looks in form. They've been brilliant yesterday. Chelsea never stood a chance in Munich in the first game of the Champions League. So, you know, the real test, they said, was Paris. Obviously, they took them out of the way. And tonight is probably the biggest test because it's probably the most informed team with the best defence in Europe at the moment. And, you know, we see what they're made of, but they're pretty good at the moment.
Yeah, Didi, just one final one. Pep made 10 changes against German opposition, got beat. He's struggling at the moment, Pep, to put his finger on what is wrong with City side. How do you see City? Will they come good again? Because he looks frustrated, really frustrated.
Yeah, well, I said a few weeks ago, I don't think with Guardiola they win the Premier League or the Champions League again because he's been there a long time and you know, everything comes to an end at some stage. And if you look at them yesterday, I don't know what he tried to prove because to make 10 changes was a bizarre decision against a decent Leverkusen side. They're on 10 points. They play Real Madrid now in the next game. If they lose, they probably won't finish in the top 8 and they have to go through the playoffs again. So yesterday was just a bizarre decision because I don't think 10 players needed the rest at the same time. And, you know, they got beaten and rightly so.
Yeah. Didi, great to talk again.
Thanks,
Enjoy
Didi.
tonight, mate. Thank you very much. Didi Hamann there. So it's going to be a cracker. 2 great defences tonight. Arsenal against Bayern Munich.
What did Didi do? He scored
the last goal at Wembley. I was there.
Oh, the old Wembley, yeah.
Yeah, it was raining
Germany,
as well.
1-0.
And the old safe hands took 3 stages to get down. Sorry, Dave. Coming up, Ray has been looking at the front page. He wrote that down for
that's
me,
a
Dave.
disgrace.
Coming up, Ray has been looking at the front pages and found a cracker. You won't really miss it. In Ballamore next.
Oh, Ballamore.
Hello and welcome to TalkSport Goals. We've been taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Ballamore.
Whoa.
What's the story in Ballamore? Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes.
What's the story in Ballamore? Where would you like to go? Story time, you know.
Whoa.
Ballamore.
What am I doing here?
Thanks for tuning in. What's the story?
This is TalkSport Breakfast. Oh, I love this.
Oh.
With Arnold Clark, get £750 off any used electric car or home charger. Ray Parlour. It's time for me to hand over to Ray so he can tell us what stories he's found in this morning's edition of Parlour Ray.
Okay, this is quite a good one, Al. What I found in Parlour. It's bad news for you, though.
Oh.
I'll give you the good news first. We only officially become an adult at the age of 32, Al.
Oh, really?
Believe it or not. Boffins have said that this is because we still have teenage brains in our 20s. But at the age of 32, we are fully developed.
What do you mean, boffins? Who?
I don't know. I'm just reading what I've got in front of me, Al. At what age did you think you made it as a mature adult?
Still.
How old was you when you had your first child?
What's a good shout? Stephanie, Michelle.
Michelle.
40.
Was you mature then?
20, what was that, 22, 23?
Don't ask me.
Yeah, but before you start, Ray,
Are you mature now?
I'm very mature now.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure.
Very mature.
Not too sure about that.
Why? Well, I'm old. I'm getting old.
Well, believe it or not, and we're going to go back to Gabby and Jamie.
Yes, old now.
So Gabby and Jamie O'Hara both turned 32 7 years ago. Would you say their brains have developed into enough to be classed as an adult?
I think they are developing, but they're still pea-sized.
Now they are developing. Oh, that's a bit unfair, isn't it?
Why?
Why is it always Gabby and
Gabby's
Jamie?
thick as you know what.
Well, anyway. Now the bad news for you, Alan.
Why?
The Boffins, they've also revealed that you are officially of old age when you reach 66.
Well, I'm 65.
And that's when our brain starts declining.
I'm 65.
Plus fat.
I've got a bit of dementia. I might be 66.
So you're 66, right? And how do you feel? Do you think you're still as switched on when you started TalkSport?
No.
What?
No.
Chris.
Lumo.
And he
Chris
tried to...
Lumo. There you go. See, that's because they put it in the script.
They put it in the wrong script. Where's George? Where's George Papa?
Oh, by the way, you try some of them.
George Papadopoulos.
Oh, the old Greek names are murder.
Yeah, they are. But you go Greece every year. Both of your daughters are married to Greek.
Dino's, my son-in-law's father was sunbathing 2 days ago.
Was he?
26 degrees in Paros.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, yeah.
Nice, some lovely weather about out at the moment. I think, but to be fair, Portugal and Marbella's not too bad.
Yeah.
18, 19. Lovely sunshine.
I might go over in the new year.
Lovely sunshine. So do you think at 66, Al, your mind is declining? Because you've got an unbelievable mind. I mean, you talk about... You read a lot, didn't you? You always remember stuff. And I think your best is the music.
Yeah, but
you're very good at artists.
Yeah, man, I remember that right away. I knew what you were talking about.
What, when I said...
What's you remembered about?
Who scored when Scotland beat England 1-0 that year? Oh, no, did they? Yeah, I think it might have been that year.
Did they?
I think Scotland beat England at Wembley as well.
Was it played at West Ham?
Yes.
Yes.
Come on.
I know what you mean.
Scored a really good goal as well.
Go on.
Don.
Yeah, Don.
Hutchinson.
Yeah.
Don scored against England as well. But yeah, Didi scored the last time, goal ever. And believe it or not, Kevin Keegan, I love Kevin, he's such a good guy. He resigned that day.
Yeah, I remember.
I don't know where we're going with this.
I remember it was raining. It was raining and Didi took it quick.
30 yards out.
Yeah, I remember that.
Pinged it. Good player, Didi, by
Oh yes.
Anyway, 66 Al, you've got loads and loads of time to go. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
No, I reckon I'm beginning to lose it a wee bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's still pretty good.
I really do, Ali.
What'd you say?
Sometimes you have good days, sometimes you're bad. But listen, I know
it's all old age, Al. Everyone gets there.
I don't. I feel old with my body, my joints. But
you just had a couple of little
steroids, which
in
definitely
your knees?
helped. Yeah, definitely. But there's a new jab from Germany, believe it or not, Ray.
So
rather than have your knee done, there's a new jab, but it's very expensive. It's not in the National Health yet.
Yeah, but if it helps you, it's worth it.
So I'm thinking about it. But it's a lot of money.
Don't matter how.
It's a lot of money.
Don't worry about money. It's about your well-being.
Yeah, but, you know...
You can't take it with you, can you?
No, but it's for your kids, isn't it? We're here for
I'm sure they'll have enough, Al. After this budget, I'm sure you'll be having it done.
Yeah, well, now falling out with Simon and Estevao, I've got a few quid. Talking about that, here comes the latest odds, 8.23 with Coral.
The Coral Daily Download on TalkSport with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
And a man that money is no object. Steve-O, good morning.
Morning, Steve-O.
Gentlemen, a very, very good morning. We haven't fallen out, El. Come on.
I'm only kidding.
Hey, Steve-O, I'm so gutted I can't come.
I just don't punt like I did before.
I still can't, and we can't. I can't come next Monday. Jockey Awards is one of the best days, isn't it?
Oh, it's a great one.
And I've got a wedding, Steve-O, and it goes Sunday to Monday, so we've got 2-day wedding.
And I've got Tottenham lunch, Steve-O, and then I've got something in Boysdale Monday night as well.
Yeah, this is the horse race rides lunch. I have just ordered the wine for it, actually. So I've gone for a pre-budget booking, obviously, because it could all change after.
Well, I'm glad you've ordered the wine and not Simon. You know that leaf from Milsh. Oh no.
We always operate a 2-tier system at that lunch. His table has the house wine, and we have something French.
Any big guests on it this year, Steve-O? Can you?
Oh, do you know what? Hey, we've got Dino coming. You talk about great.
No, I said big. Anyone over 5'2".
Dino's ability to recount stories is fantastic. I mean, he remembers detail. Mind you, I don't know if it's true or not. But anyway, that's all to look forward to. But what a night tonight, Ray.
Yeah.
This Arsenal-Bayern Munich game. Both teams top of their respective leagues by 6 points. Top 2 in this Champions League game. How hot favourites do you think Arsenal should be for this, Ray?
I think they're both placed the strongest teams they can because it's still putting that little bit, you know, if you get one over on the one of your opposition, I will put them down as a, 4-6 shot?
No, they're odds against. This is interesting. At home, Arsenal 6-5. Bayern Munich 11-5, a shade over 2-1. The draw, I mean, instinctively for me, just looks a massive runner, doesn't it?
Yeah.
5-2. We should expect goals. I mean, do you want a correct score prediction?
Well, you say goals. Didi Hamann just told us, Steve-O, Bayern's defence is probably the best in Europe.
And Arsenal's isn't too bad.
I think 5-2, the draw is the one.
I agree. I think that's a massive player. Look, 0-0 is 10-1. 1-1 is 11-2. A 1-0 to the Arsenal, the old famous chant, is 15-2. The reverse to Bayern Munich, 9-1. Look, I suppose. The point is, both the teams are set to qualify in the top 8, aren't they?
Yeah,
that's the danger when you have a bet like this at this stage,
isn't it? Yeah, you just, I suppose, as always, you kind of wait for the team sheets. But off the back of that win at the weekend, Ray, and talking of that, obviously, Tottenham have got to bounce back, and what a horrible game they've got. PSG, the reigning champions. Again, no great surprise. They're a big price. Tottenham 6-1.
4-9. You could go, Steve-O, but you could go 2-0, 3-0 PSG, but Spurs, you just don't know with Tottenham, do you?
No, true.
You feel dream.
If they play like they did on Sunday, then as brilliant as Arsenal were, PSG could be similar tonight, 4-9. And then there's your team. You talk about bookies' dreams. Liverpool. What is it? Lost 6 of their last 7. I mean, this is 2-7 at home against PSV Eindhoven, who are going on nicely in the Dutch league. I think they're about 6 points clear in their league, actually. 8-1, 5-1 the draw. I think in their current form, Liverpool at 2-7.
Really? So you suggest we should back PSV and the draw?
I couldn't be backing Liverpool at 2-7
Steve,
at the moment.
Careful. You spend a bit of time in Liverpool these days. What about the weekend? Cracker, absolute cracker. Chelsea-Arsenal.
It is. Look, I just want to very quickly.
Sorry.
So no. Chelsea is 16-1 for the Champions League after last night. I thought that was a big price off the back of that performance. But talking of Chelsea, obviously, I'm surprised by this, that Arsenal are as short as they are to win this. They're 6-5, so the same price they are to win at home tonight. Stamford Bridge, 23-10 Chelsea. Again, Ray, at the risk of sounding boring, I think the draw's a massive runner on Sunday, isn't it? 23-10. But, I mean, look, I suppose Arsenal are full of confidence. Chelsea's still a little bit unpredictable, I suppose you could say. But, Ray, Arsenal 6-5?
I said I'd take a point. So I'll be edging towards that. If they do win, it's a bonus, and it could be 9 points clear.
Yeah.
But still a long way to go.
Steve-O, a quickie. How do we bet in Scotland now with Hearts getting beat by Aberdeen, Celtic and Rangers both winning?
Oh, I was going to say Coventry can still be back to 8-15 for the Championship.
They're home and hosed.
Well, exactly. That's why I thought 8-15 was quite a big price deal. Celtic out, you're 1-3 still.
Really?
5-1 Hearts, 5-1 Rangers. So don't panic. Don't panic.
And Boxing Day, any moves to Kempton?
We had the entries through yesterday. I mean, what a race this is going to be, by the way. The King George, Gaelic Warrior, 6-4 favourite, ahead of Django Bay 3-1. The Jukebox Man for Harry keeps short all the time. Into 4-1. We've got the Coral Gold Cup at Newbury on Saturday. Lucinda Russell's Mayertown is favourite for that. A brilliant fighting fifth in prospect. Constitution Hill versus the New Line versus Amsterdam. And slightly less glamorous, but we're at Newcastle today for the Coral Racing Club with Cast No Shadow, trained up at Manor House Stables by Hugo Palmer. Hopefully he can go well in
Michael Owens, of course.
Steve-O,
after the budget today, will you still have a job?
If I'm talking to you tomorrow, it'll be a bonus.
Steve-O, let's see how it goes. Thank you very much.
Steve-O. Thank you,
Good luck at Newcastle. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Dave Stevens there. Pompey, big win for
Boxing
Pompey.
Day. That's a good meet. Have you ever been to...
Once. I think I've been once. I'm sure I've been once. It's brilliant.
I'm going to Romford Dogs.
Everyone's in great form. Well, you love your
Romford Dogs is such a good day out.
Yeah.
Especially on Boxing Day.
I must admit, I used to love a day at the Dogs, or a night at the Dogs.
Good fun. Good fun.
I went the last Greyhound Derby at, was it White City?
Yeah.
Whisper Wishes, was it? Trap 4, I think.
Was it Wimbledon, wasn't it, in the end? Derby?
Yeah, but I think I went, was it White City or was it Wimbledon?
No, I think it's Wimbledon.
I think I went to White City.
Oh, was it? Long time ago.
I think. Someone will let me know.
Wembley Stadium had a dog track.
I know.
It's amazing to know that Wembley Stadium's got a dog track, man.
And I've got something in my head. Stamford Bridge, what did they have round there?
No, they had like a car park. It was like cars parked behind the goal,
the shed end?
Yeah, I think it was a shed end. Yeah.
Right, okay. Coming up at 8:30 on TalkSport. Well, that was a look at the latest odds, all thanks to Steve-O at Coral, 18+ gambleaware.org. Coming up, we turn our attention back to Chelsea. And we'll ask a question. 03717 223344 is the number to call if you think last night proved that Chelsea now are guaranteed Arsenal's biggest challengers.
The Coral Daily Download on TalkSport with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18+ gambleaware.org.
pads are a footballer's best friend. Even if players like Jack Grealish do wear such small ones you can barely even see them. But what's the story with shin pads, and are there actually any rules on how big they should be? It all started with cricket, actually. Cricketers had been wearing shin pads since the 1700s. It was thanks to this guy that shin protection made its way over to football. Meet Samuel Widdowson. He was a cricketer and a footballer. He played for Nottingham Forest back in the late 1800s, and he wanted a way to protect his legs from nasty tackles. Naturally, his mind drifted to his other favourite sport, where players had been wearing these pads for a century. Story goes, Widdowson cut up his cricket pads and popped them on before taking to the footy pitch. His Nottingham Forest team then began wearing them from 1887, and the first known use of them in a match was in 1894, in a match between Newcastle and the then Woolwich Arsenal. Eventually, FIFA clocked on that this kind of protection was pretty important for footballers. And so, in 1990, basically 100 years after Widdowson first put them on, shin pads were made compulsory. It became part of Law 4 of IFAB. That's the body responsible for setting the laws of the game internationally. But the law doesn't actually specify anything about measurements of shin pads. It just says they must be made of a suitable material and be of an appropriate size to provide reasonable protection. It's really vague, even though there have been calls for it to be changed. But for now, that's why Grealish and co can still get away with these ones, which are no bigger than a credit card and which seem to offer little to no protection whatsoever.
Okay, 8:36, TalkSport Breakfast with Ray Parlour, and our friends at Arnold Clark get £750 off any used electric car or home charger. 03717 223344. Right, let's head straight to the phone lines. Liverpool take on PSV tonight live on TalkSport 2. I like the way they play. That's one of my funny favourite stadiums, Ray. It used to be the Phillips Stadium. I don't know if they still call it that. PSV.
I played there. I definitely played there. I do remember
we had some great games with them.
Ajax. Dutch football was great, wasn't it? I mean,
oh yeah.
Back in the day, it's really
70s
when you go to the Ajax stadium, all the players that come through their ranks, unbelievable players.
Yeah.
Really top class.
Right, let's head straight to the phone lines. It's going to be a big game. It's a game Liverpool have to win, surely. Is Arne under that much pressure? Let's ask Chris. Chris is a Liverpool fan. Chris, good morning.
Good morning, Chris.
Morning, boys. How are we?
Good, thank you. Good, Chris.
Right. All this, you got to sack Arne Slot. Is he under pressure? Even if he is under pressure and he does get sacked, who are you going to bring? Who's going to replace him?
Yeah.
You name me a manager. Tell me a manager of his calibre or better that we can replace him with.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking at. Yeah.
I agree. I don't want to see him go. I like Arne Slot. I think he's honest, genuine. I just don't know what's going on. I think it's a dressing room problem. But he's a manager, and it all falls down to him. So he's got to sort it.
Granted, I personally think that it's not the manager. It's the players aren't playing. Virgil van Dijk this season has been virtually non-existent. Ibu's already learning Spanish, same as Trent. Salah is not on form. Wirtz hasn't started. Kirkez was a complete waste of money.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion.
I couldn't disagree with that. I couldn't. Ray,
Well, I think the lads all will start coming and playing better. And tonight, I'm hoping and praying that it is the start of the resurgence, shall we say.
Yeah, Chris, thank you. Ray, Mo Salah, Chris mentions there, his standards have been so high Is he due? You know, have we just got to forgive him for having a quiet few months because he's nowhere near the same player at the moment.
Everybody has them little lulls in their careers, really. Al, when you're really up against it, you've probably done it. I've had it.
Yeah.
When you just can't get something going well for you, and you're not playing well, and it's frustrating for the players as well. Or you know how good he is. I just wonder what they do with the Bournemouth player, Semenyo. Because there's been a lot of interest in him. 65 million. He's got a clause in his contract, Al, to get him out there, and he could be a great signing. 65, which is, for me, he's been brilliant at Bournemouth. I don't want to sell Bournemouth's players, which they lost a lot last year, and they've done such a great season this year. But I'm sure he'd be on a lot of people's radar because he's another player whose strength and his directness, he scores goals. So I reckon he's a player that Bournemouth will try and keep him, but if the money's right and he's in the clause comes in, then he might be on his way. But yeah, Salah, as he signed his big contract, and sometimes I don't think he's that sort of player that he's just going through a bad spell, and it happens. When your top players go through bad spells, it sort of rubs down on other players because he's such a big player for Liverpool.
Chris was saying there, who comes in? So what big names are out there? But right away, I'll be honest with you, did I really know Arne Slot before he came to Liverpool? No, I didn't. Do you know who's doing a great job? But he's got to go further in the Champions League. But Company. You remember when he left City, he went to Belgium, didn't he?
He just signed a big contract though, didn't he, Bayern Munich?
Yeah, he went to Belgium, but Bayern's a massive club. Would he come back to the Premier with City?
I'm looking at City more than Liverpool.
Or Liverpool, one of the big boys.
Pep one day will leave. He's been such a brilliant manager, Pep Guardiola. I think Company's nailed on for that job. When he does finally call it a day, and we don't know when that's going to be. We haven't got. You said he's looked a little bit irritated in his press conference. Look, he loves Man City. He's been there for many years, but I think Company's perfect.
A couple of things
to take over.
Pep, not worries me because I respect him so much. You know what he's done, the way he plays football, fantastic. Sometimes I think they're too patient. But anyway, you know, having a go at the cameraman. Having a go at some of the opposition players that come off the pitch, I'm just thinking he's maybe he's thinking too much, Ray.
I think the people who ask him questions and all that sort of stuff, they know exactly what button to push. And managers are frustrated like players, and they get thrown right into the limelight straight away after a game, and it hasn't gone well, and they get some questions asked, and they can lose it.
I thought that interview
they can lose it.
We watched this morning was really not alarm bells were ringing, but the way he was sort of looking away and scratching, and then fiddling about. I'm like, this is someone who doesn't really know at this moment in time how he sorts it because he's really frustrated.
Journalists know what button to push. To say, you know, maybe they're having a little dig at his tactics last night. Why did you rest 10 players and all that sort of stuff? And he's probably getting irritated. It's my team. I know what players I watch every day in training. I know who needs maybe a little bit of a rest. I don't know. Maybe 10 was too many, but you can't really question him, can you?
What he's done?
How can you question him?
Magic.
Unbelievable manager.
Brilliant. And by the way.
And how can a journalist question him?
He's probably one of the best of all time, isn't he? Let's be honest.
They've got to ask the question now. The journalist has got to ask the question.
Yeah.
But they can't question what he's done.
I didn't like his mannerisms. I think he is, maybe privately, he is under pressure. It's driving him mad. That's his whole passion, football, and I think it's really getting to him at the moment.
Well, I said before, the Newcastle game, they're the worry for Arsenal. I didn't mention Chelsea, but Chelsea obviously had a great performance last night. Now, obviously, the big game of the weekend will really test them out. If Chelsea somehow can get a result, they're 3 points behind Arsenal. They could be the ones who you're looking over your shoulder. But look, there's a long way to go. I'm not even going to mention titles yet. You know, once we get over the Christmas period, you're getting into that new year, February, March time, and you know you've got 10 games left. That's when you look at the table and say, right, who's in it? Might be 2 clubs, might be 3 clubs, whoever's in it. That's when you really got to put a good run together.
Okay, still to come in breakfast. We're going to be
not a lot, obviously.
Oh, no. Give the guy a break. DJ Ed's in Vegas at the moment, enjoying himself.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, we usually have a guy Ed.
We're going to be joined by this man who's sung this. Who must be so happy after last night?
He didn't sing that.
That's right, the front man of one of the most prominent bands in the 70s, 80s, Madness, joins us in the studio. Suggs will be right here discussing new album, Hit Parade, and all things Chelsea. That was a look ahead with Travis Perkins. It's coming up 6:44.
Superstar Breakfast preview on TalkSport with Travis Perkins. Bricks on bricks on bricks. Over 40 million available to order with delivery to site. That's one less thing to worry about.
Hello and welcome to TalkSport Goals. We've been taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Okay, 11 minutes to 9 o'clock. Gosh, flown by this morning. Mind you, this week is just brilliant with sport, isn't it?
So good. Champions League, loads and loads going on. The Ashes was pretty disappointed.
Did you
in the
watch
end.
it, Ray? I
just felt like that day I'd done it with Adrian Durham on Friday out in the studio, and I've never kept going back to John Normal so much. There's another wicket. There's another wicket. There's 18. I think we saw 19 wickets on one day.
Matt Butcher was good, and he just said, "Look, why the hell did England not respect?" He said, "Why didn't they respect Stark? He was the one that you have to." Be conservative playing against them. Don't slash at balls. Yeah. He was the danger. He was the only one real fast-paced bowler. And they fell for it. But then Harmy came on and said, look, it's easy saying that. You know, he's that good start. He's world-class.
After that first day, though, you think, England are out of it after they got bowled out.
And then brilliant from Stokes.
That was absolutely brilliant. Stokes, Jofra Archer, all the guys played their part. And then you think, this could be an hell of a test match now.
Problem is, Ray,
he just fell apart.
The day night, Aussies don't lose.
Where they go next? Brisbane, is it?
Brisbane? Yeah, day night.
So
it could be 2-0. Right, what do we know this Wednesday morning, apart from the poxy budget? Sorry for the language. Coventry opened a 10-point gap at the top of the Championship with an impressive 4-2 victory over title rivals Borough. Borough were 2-0 down, came back to 2-2, could have gone 3-2 up, but Frank's side got another couple, so they are flying. Top 4 seeded countries will not be able to meet each other until the semi-finals of next year's World Cup. I'm interested in this. Do you agree with this or not? So let me read it again. The top 4 seeded countries will not be able to meet each other until the semi-finals of next year's World Cup for the first time in the tournament's history. I'm not sure I like this, by the way. FIFA has announced that Spain, top, Argentina second, will be paired and placed in groups in opposite halves to the draw. France 3 and England 4 will also be paired. So I'm not sure about that.
I know mine.
Tottenham takes on PSG tonight after that shocking result in North London derby. Many are saying Thomas Frank under pressure, but this is his response when asked if the club needs to stick with him after 6 managers in 6 years.
Very important. Part of taking this job was to sit here and have the challenges. Of course, I would love to sit here and we've beaten Arsenal and then face Paris tomorrow night. We lost badly. Part of that is to manage those setbacks and learn from it and move on from here. One thing I'm 1,000% sure of, I know how to build a team, I know how to build a club, and we will do that. And along the way, we will learn, and how we, and the big thing is how we learn from the bad spells, because that's where we can see that when we go 1-0 down, how do we react as a team? The best teams, they just, continually just move on. They still run hard, they still do the same thing. There's, no doubts in that. And the first 4 months, I learned a lot about the team. I learned a lot about the individual players, and all that learning that needs to materialize to how we find the right formula with the right players on the pitch, and also with some players coming back, and then we play every third day. That's the big challenge, but that's what I embrace.
Ray, just a quick one. I don't know Thomas Frank. Seems a fair guy. Seems a nice guy.
He's done a brilliant job at Brentford.
Would you want to be a manager, Ray? Apart from look, you do well, and then it turns. You get the sack, and you get a few million quid. So should we have sympathy for them?
No, there's no sympathy. I mean, it's all about results. It's all about performances. It's all about the Spurs fans seeing the team putting their all in, which is so important. They're looking at the manager to get something out of it.
Do you know what? Daniel Levy was still getting stick the other day on radio.
Well,
I'm like, well, he's gone. But it was his legacy.
The problem you got with Thomas Frank is that you've paid a lot of money for him, Al, as a manager. You had to give Brentford a lot of money, compensation. He's brought all his staff in, which has cost him a lot of money. And it's going to cost you a lot of money if you get rid of him. And you've got to look at the financial side of it. Who's going to come in after him? He will get a chance. There's no doubt about that.
Who'd be under more pressure, Slot or Frank?
I've got to say Frank.
Yeah.
Surely, because Slot what
year.
what he done last year. But Thomas Frank, you've got to give him a chance. He's
Jurgen coming back at all?
He's new to the job. Oh, Jurgen Klopp, yeah. He's probably looking back and saying, he's probably scratching his head saying, what's happened to Liverpool this year? Because after last year was so good. But Tottenham, look, they need to bounce back. They had a brilliant away record before Arsenal, so they've got to get back to that. And try and improve their home form. The home form's a bit worrying now because that stadium's an amazing stadium. You've got to make that fortress. You've got to make that harder.
And Spurs are still 3 points off Villa, who are fourth.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a hell of a lot to play for.
And there's so many good teams in that little area around them. I mean, you've got the Man United with that poor result against Everton. Bournemouth, who are having another great season. Brighton have moved right up now. Crystal Palace, fifth position. So it's a competitive league. And I'm sure Tottenham fans will be really frustrated with the weekend, but that's gone now. They've got to worry about the next game. And that's so important at the weekend they get a result. I know it is tonight as well, but the weekend to bounce back, that's what you've got to do if you're Tottenham.
So, Ray, here we go. It's coming up 6 minutes to 9. TalkSport Darts Trophy is back for 2025. Join H&J on Wednesday, the 10th of December, from 1 p.m. as 8 TalkSport presenters go head-to-head on the hockey. And this man... So we've got the ferret in professional darts. He is now known as the Pine Martin. This man will be defending his crown.
He's busted by heat single 19. So Jermaine Pennant from 99 hits a single line, 80 left. 64 left with a single 60. Decent score, 51, but Dean's back in for double 9 for the title. Again, just wide. Gets it! Double 9! Dean Saunders retains the TalkSport World Darts Championship title by pinning double 9 against Jermaine Pennant. We won't hear the end of this. Dean Saunders is a 2-time TalkSport World Dart Champion.
Yeah, Dino, the Pine Martin Saunders. Well done, Dino. He's taking it serious, wasn't he?
No, that was to be fair, that was a decent dart, that last one, double 9. Double 9's not easy.
Now, this is news to me, but Marcel, Ali and Jeff are all heading up there. Really? Tipple 20 Promotions Rehab defending champion. Well, it's actually Dean, the storyteller Saunders, Natalie, the destroyer Sawyer, Gabby, the Gabfather, if you can find it, Agbornlahor, and Jamie, the Chunk O'Hara. They're up against Jim and Simon's Flight and Jordan Limited, whose stable includes Drive Times, Andy Galeforce Goldstein, Darren the Truth Bent, plus Jermaine the Saint Pennant, and Jason One Bull Cundy. One Bull Cundy. Ray, are you going to be back in the Tipple 20 Promotions?
I've got to go with Dino's team, you know.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, do you reckon he won it, so he should win. He should be up there again.
I can't believe it's come round so quick. Tune in to Drive today, 5:30, where world number 1 and world champion Luke the Nuke Littler will be conducting the draw.
Wow.
It can't be. By the way, he's a superstar, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Coming up, we turn attention to Arsenal Bayern. Live on TalkSport tonight, we ask Ray if Declan Rice is the best signing this century. 2 minutes to 9.
Monaco, Singapore, Las Vegas. What do they all have in common? Well, they're all F1 street circuits. 20 years ago, the sports only visited 3 a year. From 2026, there'll be 10, despite the actual racing often being worse. So why? Why are there so many street circuits? Cars racing past the Casino Monte Carlo is one of the iconic images in all of sport. But in the last few years, it's been joined in the Street Circuit Club by the dazzling Grand Prix on the Las Vegas Strip, in Miami, Azerbaijan and others. And there's no sign of the trend slowing down. The streets of Madrid have also gotten involved, and there are conversations about Grand Prix in the capitals of Thailand and Rwanda. But fitting them in means we said goodbye to classic circuits like Hockenheim and Imola, angering fans who are still packing out the European tracks like Spa, the Hungaroring and Monza. And these generally produce more wheel-to-wheel action than street circuits too. At Silverstone in 2025, there were a total of 26 on-track overtakes. At Monaco, 4. I'm an F1 enthusiast. Even I struggle with that. But it appears to be a good step. In 2025, there was a record 2.3 million strong viewership for the Monaco Grand Prix in the US alone. Meanwhile, for the British Grand Prix several weeks later, 1.5 million tuned in. So why are we seeing this drive towards street circuits? Well, no prizes for guessing. Money. Formula One demands a fee of between $20 and $60 million for the rights to even hold an event. In total, including sponsorships, it's believed officials in Saudi Arabia pay almost $100 million for their race. The huge fees are possible because of the street track's city centre locations, as people staying at hotels at inflated prices and tourist sites brimming with visitors mean the cities rake the cash back in when the race comes to town. So it makes financial sense for Formula One and the cities, but will it cost the sport in the long run if F1 races are too boring? After all, nothing beats the roar of an F1 car as it flies through the forests of Europe, or mechanics watching a storm coming across the humid Asian countryside. Take that away and, well, you may as well just watch American IndyCar.
Four minutes after 9, a TalkSport breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Ray Parlour with me. So the Gunners are back in action live on TalkSport tonight. And what could possibly be a battle between the best two sides in Europe?
Muller, edge of the area, time puts it into the net. Bayern Munich 5, Arsenal 1. The Gunners have pressed self-destruct.
10-2, the Germans win on aggregate.
Arsenal are knocked out of the Champions League by Bayern again.
The Arsenal fans don't like me as much.
And Harry Kane heads Bayern Munich into an early lead. Right edge of the area, takes the touch, gives it to Trossard.
There's progression there, and there's a more mature squad mentality. Their performance level's been higher.
They're starting to believe, actually, we could win the Champions League this season, and we probably could win the lot.
Arsenal got to go there with the right mentality.
We have an amazing game scheduled on Wednesday, and we'll go for it.
We need to be at top of our game.
Ball into the feet, Marino, Saka, 1-0 Arsenal.
We have to take our game and take our game where we want it, and if we do that, we'll have a chance to win.
5 minutes after 9 o'clock, top of the Premier League, top of the Champions League, and looking impossible to break down. Arsenal, well, flying. Ray's partying even more than usual. But they got up against an old enemy tonight, and Harry Kane, who was asked ahead of the game if he particularly enjoys smashing them in against Arsenal.
I'm not too sure. Obviously, when I was at Tottenham in those days, it was always a big game, always a big moment in the North London derby. But ultimately, the game isn't about me and Arsenal. The game is about Bayern Munich and Arsenal. And obviously, I'm in good form, and I feel like I can score against any team. And hopefully tomorrow night I can do that as well. But I don't think it means any more or less in that sense. It's about trying to help my team to win the game, and that's what I'll try and do tomorrow.
Do you know, I'm so pleased he's done well.
He's done really well. No, was there any doubt?
Some of the German papers are saying big games, he goes missing. Pop rubbish.
No, there was never any doubt, really. He's going to go to Germany and smash the goals in, which he's totally done.
And
he's right what he says.
Okay, so stop panicking.
He's right what he said as well. It's all about the team, not himself. Look, if he bangs in 2 goals, he'll be delighted, but it's all about the team getting a performance and winning the game. And it will be an interesting game to watch. Do you know what, Al? The atmosphere when the German clubs come over is so good.
Well, they'll bring.
Oh, it's brilliant. Absolutely.
I didn't see it, but I reckon last night Leverkusen probably.
Yeah, there's people in the stand in the when I want to watch the last Bayern Munich game when they come to the Emirates. When they don't even watch the game, they're orchestrating all the singing with the drums. And, they have a proper party.
Who do you fear more in big games like that, Kane or Haaland?
Blimey. I would have to say Haaland.
Yeah.
He's just a machine. I know. I've never seen a player, his strength and his finishing. I know Harry Kane is brilliant at finishing as well. There's no doubt about that. But Haaland will beat every single record going. He's going to win. His record now is amazing. Would you go? Look, Harry Kane has not really played. He's not won no trophies in England, is he? And he'd be disappointed. He's gone to Germany and won trophies, don't get me wrong, but Haaland will win plenty of Anywhere, definitely.
Back to the Premier League after watching Arsenal move 6 clear at the top after thumping Tottenham. Former Premier League boss Alan Pardew reeled off the stats that show Arsenal are winning this title.
Let me just give you some stats. Played 12, goals for 24, goals against 6, wins 9, draws 2, defeats 1, goal difference of 18, 6 more than anybody else, and 29 points. When you look at stats like that, and with my professional head on, that's winning the league stats. Unless there's a massive hit injury-wise, or something untold happens with one of the other teams. They just hit us like Man City can do when you put 10, 12 wins together to sort of really close the gap. I can't see anyone catching them. And looking at the teams who are chasing, no one's showing the kind of quality, consistency that's needed to match those kind of figures. So at the moment, you'd have to say if you was a gambling man, Arsenal are red-hot favourites.
Every team that's had a lead as big as Arsenal's, Ray, after 12 games has gone on to win the Premier League.
Well, we was probably 10 or 12 points behind Man United. We did have a couple of games in hand, and we were 98. This was Al, and we won 10 in a row. So you can do it, and and Man City are capable of doing it. Liverpool still, as much as they're having a bad season, they've still got players, if they really turn the form around, can do it. So Chelsea, again, how good they were last night. So I'm not going to get carried away yet, but they're in a really good position. They've just got to keep it going now. The biggest stat for me, what Alan just said there, was the 6 goals conceded. Yeah. They got a real. That's what wins your titles. When you've got a defensive mind, you don't concede too many goals. You don't give sloppy goals away. And I played in teams like that. Tony Adams and all them sort of guys at the back. That's what they won a title. Oh, yeah. They won a title. 1-0 to the Arsenal was the song. So if you got and Arsene Wenger tell you when he first turned up at Arsenal, he had that solid base at the back, and then he put a few flair players in, and that changed it all around. But if you've got a good goalkeeper as well and a solid base, you're always going to have a chance of winning football matches.
I think, 1 year, it was either 9 or 10. I think it's definitely 9, but I'm not sure if we got 10. But Ipswich, I think we won our first 9 games. I can't remember what happened the 10th. I should remember under Bobby.
Your era, you only probably had 14 players.
Yeah.
So you played every week.
Yeah.
There was no resting and rotating in your era, was there? No, if you're playing and you're fit, and sometimes you had to play for injuries.
Some of the tackles and some of the
absolutely,
pitches.
Totally different to this era.
Happy birthday, Danny Welbeck.
Yeah, I've just
35. Fantastic.
What a great lad! Absolutely fantastic. He played so well at Arsenal. He was great for the dressing room area. I'm sure the Brighton players will tell you that now. Manchester United as well. Fantastic career. 35 years old today and still banging the goals in. And it looks like he's enjoying his football as well.
Ahead of the big one, Chelsea-Arsenal coming up, of course. Doesn't read good for Chelsea. 1 win in 12 against Arsenal. And the last time they beat them was 2018.
2018, yeah. Good record Arsenal have got. Yeah. So, look. That can go out the window, and there's no doubt about that. But Arsenal would be confident. Chelsea would be confident after last night's performance going into the game, and so are Arsenal. Arsenal coming off, look, we don't know how tonight's going to go. They're coming off beating the North London rivals 4-1. So they'll be confident going into the game, but that's why it's going to be an absolute cracker this weekend, Sunday.
So, right, someone who claimed that the Gunners will have it all wrapped up as early as March, remember this interview, was Piers Morgan. He made another bold claim when he joined Breakfast on Monday.
Declan Rice has to be the best Arsenal signing of this millennium. You know, I would say that the best three in my lifetime before Bergkamp, Omri and Vieira, but the best signing for Arsenal this millennium has been Declan Rice. He is an absolute general.
Have you met him, Piers? Have you met him, Alan?
I have. In fact, I've got to know him. I've got to know him well, actually, and his family. His family have a box very near where I go. An incredibly lovely family. He's so grounded.
Yeah, Piers Morgan there, as usual. Very, very, very buoyant. But listen, and Declan has been, hasn't he? Ray, give me your top 3 Arsenal signings of the century. It's not easy.
Yeah, but you've got to have a list, didn't you? Because the listeners might say, oh, well, no, about him. Okay. So you've got to have a list of players.
Well, look, we're not going to hold you, you know.
I think Declan Rice has been an absolutely brilliant signing. The energy shows in midfield. He plays every game. He's always fit. He's great.
He rarely gives it away.
He's great for the dressing room as well, which I think that's very important in characters. You know, he'll have a go at someone if he has to, like a leadership should do. And as I said before, he's not skipper, but he acts like a skipper, and that's what you got to have if you're going to be successful. But God, that's an hard question now. They brought some top players in from 2000 onwards, haven't they? If I had to pick one. And Tottenham fans ain't going to like this. I'm going to probably say Sol Campbell.
Yeah.
The only reason because of how cheap they got him. Free transfer with his quality and what he done when he at Arsenal. Very, very solid, real good defensive minded, brilliant defender. So that's got to be one of the coups of the since 2000. Then you've got Ozil, you've got Sanchez, you've got Gilberto Silva, you've got so many good players. Van Persie back in the day. But if I had to pick one, it'd be another teammate of mine, Perez.
Would you?
Because when we lost Overmars, Mark Overmars was a brilliant little player. We scored so many goals from the left-hand side. And I thought when he went to Barcelona, we've got a problem on that left-hand side. But next minute, Perez is turning up. It took him a while to settle because he didn't speak a lot of English and it was a little bit more tougher. You know, he's getting tackled a little bit harder.
Yeah.
But going forward, and he learned how to play the English in the English Premier League, and great servant to the club, really top player. So I think Perez was a great signing.
Just a quickie, Tom, but great Arsenal.
But there's so many good players I can pick from.
Tom, but great Arsenal players. Chicken Biryani called me yesterday, Ronnie Arani. And he's to do with their all variety now. And they were out in Portugal, golfing.
Yeah.
And he said, what a star, Liam Brady.
Oh, Liam. Oh,
what a nice man.
He took me in Dublin a few times, Al. He took me astray in Dublin. And he knows everybody, obviously, in Dublin. But he took me some great places.
He ate some left foot, didn't he?
He loved the gin and tonic.
Juventus twice, he won the Serie A, I think.
The story he told me was that, you know, his Juventus time come to an end.
Platini.
Yeah. He said, right, there was one player who was going to take my position, they said. And he wasn't a bad player. This is Liam. And I said, who's that then, Liam? He went, Platini.
Yeah.
So if someone's going to take your position, it's not a bad player to take it.
Platini. And then Boniek went there as well.
Unbelievable.
And amazingly, in 81, Ipswich beat Saint Etienne, Platini, and Woods, The Bonnie outplayed for. We beat them 5-0.
I think Liam's a bit of a bandit though, golf. So I don't know what he played off, but he's a decent player. I know
but he said in the bar he was brilliant.
Oh, he's a legend, absolute proper legend. What a left foot he had.
Yeah,
it's a wand to be called.
Oh yeah.
Brilliant left foot.
Coming up with John Berman, who'll be bouncing in his baggy trousers after that win for Chelsea last night. Great guy as well. Madness frontman Suggs will be with us.
Hello and welcome to TalkSport Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology. How would you get to that conclusion? That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Watch that. Watch this. This is the heavy, heavy monster sound.
Madness. Madness. They call it madness. It's the same industry. Brothers got to beg to keep you can't hang around. Our house in the middle of our street. Our house. It's just gonna ruin our fast monsoon on the banks of the river Nile.
I'm just looking at Bayern Munich warming up there to One Step Beyond.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what.
Harry's doing it. Right, TalkSport Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get £750 off any used electric car or home charger. Party Parlour with me. Just a few of the hits that were a soundtrack right across the UK during the 70s and 80s by the brilliant Madness. Chelsea fans were bouncing to One Step Beyond last night. You'll be hearing a lot more of it with their greatest hits album, Hit Parade, out now with Madness. I'm delighted to say John is right here in the studio as the main man himself, lead singer of Madness and a big Chelsea fan. Suggs joins us. Suggs, morning.
Morning, Suggs.
Morning, chaps.
A very happy Suggs.
And watch that voice. Watch that voice.
Oh, mate. Because I had to sing a couple of songs live this morning with your mate Chris Evans down there. So, yeah, I was at the game last night. So 3 goals and 3 disallowed goals, and I'm trying not to shout. You know,
it was some game.
People around me are looking at me like I'm a weirdo. You know what I mean? Like I've lost my mind because I'm not shrieking. And the locking in the pub afterwards, I had to shoot out. I know, I said, no, can you imagine the willpower it took to get out of that situation?
Tell us a wee bit about the album, first of all.
Yeah.
This is brilliant. Is there many hits in how many years?
Yeah, so we worked out it's 45 singles over 45 years. So just seemed like a nice round. And given that, you know, for your older viewers, singles used to be 45 RPMs, you remember? So it just sort of came full circle.
Was it 45 years the last time Chelsea beat Arsenal?
Don't you start.
Just to bring them back down here.
Start. 1-0 to the right, that's it. Pack up, go home.
That's it.
That George Graham period, his blooming period here. Yeah, that was a dreadful time, wasn't it?
Music-wise, brilliant. And you've got a little tour coming up as well.
We've got a Christmas arena tour coming up, which is looking very popular, what can I say, without sounding arrogant. We've sold a few tickets. Yeah, it's all going great, Alan. Yeah, it's really great.
You must be great to see all your band members again, Suggs. Do you see them every day or
that's
most
it.
days?
We had a kind of busy summer, then we had a month or 2 off, you know, and just when you think, I never want to see these people again, like any teamwork, you know what I'm talking about. We went in the rehearsal room on Friday, and it was really nice to see them all again. Yeah, because we've been mates since we were kids. You know, we love or hate each other. We are some dysfunctional family. You know.
How did you get the inspiration to write the records? Is it part of life? Was you thinking about when you? Because there's some fantastic records here. I said to you, I like the one with the chemist the best. When you're running around in the chemist.
He wants to ask for some condoms, but he's too shy. And it sort of went under the radar what that song was about, but. What it was, we were just like most young bands doing cover versions, you know, playing old rock and roll songs and playing at weddings and parties. And then the drummer went off and said, I've written a song. And I thought, what? If that thick French can write a song, then I flipping well can. And then we all started, but, you know, because it's also your influences. For us, it was Ian Dury who was a big influence.
Oh, yeah.
And the Kinks before that. You know, sort of London-based and writing about ordinary life is what we like to do. I like to sit there and watch the world go by and wonder what is going on in that person's life.
Where was Ian Dury? Was he Southend? Down that way?
Was he from Upminster or somewhere? Yeah.
Was he?
Upminster. Yeah.
The blockheads,
Yeah, fantastic.
A couple of blockheads here work for us. So, looking ahead, I don't want to get too carried away because Chelsea's record against Arsenal is not good. But after last night, you got to go into this game full of it.
Well, I've never looked forward to a game more. You know how it goes as a football fan. You know, seasons, I can't be bothered anymore. This season's just really livened up, and I'm very pleased. Most of my family and friends are Arsenal. I lived around there for most of my life, so I can't say I like them, but I don't hate them as much as some other teams. No, but I'm really looking forward to this game. I mean, Arsenal at the top of their game. I'm really pleased for them. And we seem to be picking up some real energy. Yeah.
And I've got to ask you about Estevao.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen some great players at Chelsea over the years. Zola was there last night, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Terrific. Frankie Lampard doing well at Coventry, John Terry, all them boys.
Of course.
They're a different class. Wisey, Dennis Wise back in the day. But this Estevao, what I see of him last night, he was different class.
I've watched him since we beat PSG in the Mickey Mouse World Cup, whatever it was, team club final. But I reckoned him straight away, but they're moving him in slowly. I think they should just play him, man. Last night, he ruled that pitch. Because who's the other one that plays for Barcelona? Jamal, is it? Or
yeah.
He didn't get a look in.
Cucurella, though, was brilliant, wasn't he?
He was
very,
great,
very good.
Because he's a bit on and off. But Estevao was sensational, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing him develop. Yeah, Drogba, of course, is that one.
Is he your favourite player?
Only because he's the one who turned it around against Arsenal.
Yeah, he did. He used to always score against Arsenal. Always.
That was the turning point.
Yeah,
finally,
we did. See, when you go back talking about when the band started, you think crikey, you think of Charlie Cook, you think of Ozzy, Butch Wilkins, God bless, Chopper Harris,
Mate,
those
5
were some
H's.
days in the 70s, weren't they?
Hutchinson, Harris, Hollins, Hudson, and
Alan Hudson,
Alan Hudson,
great player,
one of my favourites.
Yeah.
The great team that. I mean, that's the formative thing where you never forget, is it? That 69, 70, 71.
And you never forget that Leeds-Chelsea games,
no,
do you?
Exactly. Nobody can.
Yeah.
I can even name the Leeds team. And it was the first time they had a replay, wasn't it? And
long throw, Webb.
Hutchinson.
Webb.
Webb. But they had the replay at Man United, didn't they? And they'd had the Horse of the Year show the night before, and the pitch was like the storm. When people say, what was it like? I think they said they re-refereed it. There would have been 11 red cards for that game. You know what I mean? In the modern world.
I just remember the cars behind the old the goal. It used to be a car park. And you could shoot, and if you got it, if you missed it, if you missed a target, you could smash someone's window.
It was because there was this little stand for the disabled, and they used to park the old Robin Reliance in front of it, and Eddie McCready's car would be alongside.
Eddie. I remember going there with Ipswich when I was a kid, and we had to stop on the King's Road and change in the bus because of traffic.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. We were straight on the pitch, played, and we won. It was we had some great games, and then Chelsea went down. So
are you happy with Maresco, Suggs?
It's looking better and better. It's like they all talk.
We'll give him a chance.
But because there's been so much rotation, so many new players, half of which I don't even remember because we've got so many. But he seems to be getting somewhere with it. I mean, second in the league. You can't really complain about that. I mean, I know Liverpool City are falling off, but I wasn't expecting that at the beginning of the season. So, he's looking good, I think. I think he's looking good.
So, Suggs, I don't know, have you done any of the... a lot of the old bands now have been doing cruises and stuff.
How dare
like
you?
That. Yeah, cruises. them Saga cruises?
I thought you were going to say reality programmes. I thought you were going to say that.
No, but they've been doing cruises, haven't they?
I know, mate.
Packing them out.
There's a lot of it about. I don't, put anyone down, but... That's sort of like, then you've sort of consigned yourself to doing 80s nostalgia, really. You know what I mean? We like to sort of move on.
Yeah.
But, it's on the horizon, that cruise ship.
Have you done Chris's, he does these big garden because they're great.
No, we did it this year,
They're great.
It's really great fun.
Oh, that was the Car Fest, wasn't it?
The Car Fest, that's it. That's
he does one at his house. What a gaff.
Oh, no, he'd never invite us round
to
this place.
What a gaff, by the way.
Couldn't trust our saxophone player around his silverware.
They've got too many nice cars around there.
Exactly.
He's got some nice cars, isn't he?
But it was funny, though, because I said to him, just out of interest, Chris, before we came on, you said, well, I'll introduce the band. And he went into YMCA, the song. I went, I don't know where that's come from as a sort of introduction to madness.
What was his?
Apparently, he does it every year. And apparently, he actually had the real... whatever they were called, what were they called?
Village people.
Village people.
Yeah.
They said it was a complete disaster. They were all I don't know what happened.
Well,
anyway,
Chief Indian.
That's right. The sailor.
Yeah.
Hello, sailor. Hello.
DJ Ed. So the album is out. What's it called?
It's called The Hit Parade.
The Hit Parade?
Yeah. And it's 45,
over 45 years.
Exactly. 45 songs over 45 years.
And the next, can I ask, the next gig is where, live gig?
We're playing actually at Butlins in Minehead on Saturday. We do this House of Fun Weekender, which has gone great. We've been doing it for about 10 years.
Ray, you remember that when you got beat up?
I remember Butlins.
You got beat up, didn't you?
Not Minehead.
Where was it?
Bognor.
Yeah, you got beat up.
He
got beat up.
Yeah,
told them, boys.
Who did?
You did. You did. You told me you got beat up.
Well, if you haven't had a proper weekend of Butlins, unless you're beaten up, have you?
He exaggerates, Suggs.
Yeah, 10 overs. Heidi high.
Heidi hiding.
I think it's back to the pub for you, Suggs.
Cheers, mate.
Good luck with the album. I'm sure it'll be brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Good luck at the weekend as well.
Thank you very much.
Top man, Suggs, 9:30.
Yes.
sport is full of money, and when it comes to exhibition matches, it is the cash involved that gets them off the ground. But that's what makes it even more annoying if the event falls flat. When Mike Tyson fought Jake Paul, 65 million people streamed it on Netflix, but many people complained of buffering and freezing, and the fight itself wasn't that great either. So fans got shortchanged, while Tyson and Paul took home around $60 million between them. Another one with a huge prize pot was Tiger versus Phil in 2018. That had £9 million. But again, the pay-per-view had streaming issues. Miking up the players was an anticlimax too, and the golf itself was bang average. When Ronaldo went to Saudi, we all knew money was the driving force, given his salary of £177 million a year. But then they thought, let's get Messi over for a game. So we had PSG versus the Riyadh All-Stars. Both the GOATs were past their best, but PSG still lined their pockets, charging fans a few pounds to watch it on their official channels. Although it wasn't quite as bad as the 75 quid pay-per-view where Mayweather fought McGregor. I feel like what we really need is constantly high-quality action delivered to you for free. And that, my friends, is called TalkSport.
Right, 9:35. What's happened to my volume? Something's happened.
Can you hear?
Talk to me, Lee.
Oh, no, it's pulled out.
Oh, something.
Come on.
Ollie.
Done it?
No. What was I going to say? Suggs. You imagine what he's gone through over the years with a band and some of the gigs we've done all over the world. That's in there. A brand new studio that's falling apart, Ollie. God dear.
Oh, no, he goes to clinics.
Look at this. So, Ray, what's happening today? You're going to go and see your mum?
Yeah, I'm going to go to Arsenal later, Bayern Munich. I'm looking forward to that tonight. Really, the atmosphere should be great with the German guys as well, so that'd be good fun. And then I'm with the Chunk tomorrow, and Jason Cundy.
Oh, yeah.
We're in Birmingham.
Oh, right.
For dinner. So I'm going to drive up to Birmingham tomorrow about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock-ish, 2 o'clock, I suppose. And then I'm with you Friday again. Not here. I'm with you at lunch Friday, aren't we?
That's going to be a good one.
Where we going, Oxo?
Yeah, it's going to be good.
So we're doing that Friday.
Good, really good.
This is now getting into party season now. I've been in party season halfway through November, but now people are talking about their Christmas parties, and and then it gets a little bit of it gets dead the last week, doesn't it, before Christmas? But they all have them now. Late November, early December is probably where even all the parties will start. So looking forward to seeing everybody enjoy themselves, because I love December.
Well,
December's a great month, by the way.
See what today brings, and then
there's something too bad for everybody.
Okay, 9:37 now. This is TalkSport Breakfast with me and Ray Parlour. Our good friends at Arnold Clark get £750 off any used electric car or home charger. Now, story is coming. Well, it's causing controversy this morning. Martin Ziegler from the Times has said the Women's League Cup draw. Now, Ray and I have seen a little bit of it, and it's not good. He said the Women's League Cup draw is in the gutter, and that's because WSL Football has been asked to provide footage of the Cup quarter-final and semi-final draw because of concerns over the process, Ray. The draw took place live on WSL Football's TikTok page. It's conducted by social media influencer G.K. Barry and Pompey midfielder Ella Rutherford. Questions were asked, Ray, after it appeared a ball was pulled out, then dropped back in the bag by accident, and was then taken out again to be used as part of the draw. Have a listen to this.
Send a galaxy if you think I've got a bigger bum than Ella. We love a big doll. Yeah. These are my balls. Right here, on show. Get a load of it. Usually I'd charge. Lesbian handling balls. Never been seen before. Sorry about the travel, sweethearts. What do we think of Tottenham? If anyone's turned on by me doing this, send a galaxy. Me wee hen. We should spank for luck. Bit of fun.
Hey, well,
I'm not used to seeing draws like that.
No, well, the Tony Adams one.
Oh yeah, totally. That was totally different though.
That's a great story.
And Rod Stewart as well.
Yeah.
When Rod was a little bit.
That was maybe. Look, was that meant? It probably was.
It wasn't really.
It
wasn't that professional, was it? I know. Look, people make mistakes, and whether that's good for their game, I'm not too sure. But they're trying to have a bit of a laugh. Look, that TikTok now, they're trying to make a video and having a bit of fun. So
I'm not going to hammer them.
You're not going to hammer them too much.
No.
But it's all that Christian Ziegler's saying. It ain't that professional the way they did it.
Yeah.
When I've done a few draws in my time, and you have to practice, you have to get it right, you have to make sure the number, everybody can see the number and all that sort of stuff. So they're quite strict on it. But the way they done it, it's more funnier. It's probably more funnier.
It can't be that hard, right?
It's not that hard.
Come on.
But they still got to get it right for the TV, if you know what I mean.
Right, later this afternoon, the Chancellor will deliver the 2025 budget statement in the House of Commons. Jeez.
He's going to tax people getting married now.
She is.
Sorry. So, Scooby, you've had a nightmare.
Yeah.
He'll have to pay something.
Well, I'll say it again. I'm told it's bye-bye. She's gone. So we'll see. We'll see, all these rumours.
Who told you that?
I'm not disclosing.
Oh, what source?
I am not disclosing, but I tried to get a price out of Tomo the other day. Steve-O. And no, he was not giving me it. But anyway, look, it's a tough job, but I don't.
He's very tough.
I think it's been a nightmare. Anyway, Times Radio will have extensive coverage of the 2025 budget throughout the day, with the Times Radio Drive Time show coming live from Westminster this afternoon. I think we all, the people that really need it, like the old people and, people who are really struggling on the breadline, they deserve a big break. A big break.
Absolutely.
And by the way, the farmers, without getting political, farmers have come in, they've cancelled it yesterday, the police. What a disgrace. Absolute scandalous. If this was France, they'd block the M1, they'd block the M25, the M25, they'd block everything. They block the A12, they block the A2, the A1. The French wouldn't stand for this, and our farmers have been good as gold.
Of course they have.
We've got to look after them. It's a disgrace.
Look after your own, as it
I'm delighted to say the host of Times Radio Drive joins us now, John Pienaar. John, a very, very good morning, John.
Good morning, John.
Morning, guys.
John, I was really dismayed when I heard that about the farmers yesterday. It's just one cock-up after another. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yes. I'm not sure that was the smartest thing that Rachel Reeves has done. We're talking about a comparatively small amount of revenue by changing the inheritance tax rules for farmers, which didn't take into account, I think, how popular and well-liked farmers are around the country. People think of farmers, they think of small family businesses, and a lot of them are small family businesses. If you're a city dweller, you might think of Emmerdale. You might have this sort of idea of all creatures great and small. There's a sort of warm place in people's hearts for the place of farmers in this country. And you've seen the protests. A lot of people genuinely worried about their homes and their families, and whether they're able, a lot of them say they're not, to pass on their farms to their kids, the way it has been going on for so many years. So that, I think, probably counts as a miscalculation, along with the winter fuel change, which is now being reversed. And these are the things which took away credit from the Chancellor at the beginning, before she started doing the really, really big stuff.
Yeah. John, if I can I'll be brief about this, but in my head, I think they've gone back against the word too many times. But also, I just feel at the moment, all the things we were taught as kids to do better, to work hard at school, to get on, to get a decent job, get a good start in life, behave and get on and work hard. they're the people I think now are getting hammered. Don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about billionaires. I'm talking about people who have worked their socks off, are getting hammered with tax, with everything they enjoy, whereas people who come here, not just come here, people who don't want to work, seem to be getting looked after better, and that for me is wrong.
Yeah, and I've no doubt, a great many people would agree with what you've just said. The Chancellor would say she's got to balance the books. We want our health service, we want our schools to be in reasonable shape. We want to have enough police on the streets. We want an army. We want a much bigger army when you look at the threat that's facing us from the east and from Russia in particular. And this all adds up to massive bills, and there's not enough money. The Chancellor today is going to be raising an extra £30 billion, £30,000 million or so, which is supposed to sort of give a bit of a guarantee against coming back for more tax rises in the future. Well, who knows whether that's going to be true. So there were always going to be tough choices. And the people who are going to get maybe squeezed the hardest today are those middle class middle earners. And that's chiefly through the threshold at which you start paying the higher rate of tax. It's being frozen, so more people get a pay rise, they get sucked into the higher rate. And those who are there, everyone who's there, is going to stay there for 2 years longer. So we're talking about, people, staff, nurses, police sergeants, middle managers, people who, as you say, feel that they're just doing their best to get on. And now the Chancellor says, these are the people with the broadest shoulders. And if you happen to be in the south of the country and you've got a house worth £2 million, well, then you're going to face a bigger charge for that as well. So none of this is going to be popular.
Unlucky, Al.
Hurts most.
I'm looking at Alan now, there, John. No. John, is there going to be any positives? I think everybody's looking at this budget and it's going to be negative. That's not good. That's not good. Is there going to be any positives for the people?
Well, there are some things which we're going to be told are good for the cost of living. So we're going to be seeing prescription charges frozen and other bits and pieces of that kind. And if you are a sort of basic rate taxpayer, the working person that was referred to in that Labour manifesto, you're not going to be hit with an extra rise in income tax. So the relief is stuff that isn't happening, if you like. And for pensioners, they're going to keep the triple lock. So pensions are going up by a reasonable whack again this time round. And petrol, and that's not going to be going up. That freeze is going to keep in place. So you don't feel things that are not being done to you. Yeah. But they're some of the positives that we're going to be hearing, and one or two other bits. It's going to be, you've heard it called a smorgasbord, a great plate of different bits and pieces, which are going to add up to something like £30 billion.
Yeah, John, I think a lot of people feel the goalposts have been changed too many times, and why, oh why, is so many things have been leaked before the budget. We used to be anticipation, can't wait for it, thinking, oh God, are we in trouble here? But there's so many things have got out already before this morning.
Yeah, some of it is deliberate. Every time there's a budget, the Treasury floats out ideas, flying kites, and sees whether they get shot down. And if they do, they drop the idea sometimes. On this occasion, there was some of that, and there was a certain amount of just cock up. So the back and forward, the in and out on income tax, that I don't think was Rachel Reeves's plan. It makes her look really disorganised and bad. And the impression has been not at all good. I don't know how this budget is ever going to be really popular. How many budgets are? Frankly, not that very many. This is going to be especially unpopular. But it may be that by looking after welfare claims in the way that she is and hitting those who are earning a little bit more, that might keep more Labour MPs at Westminster on side. And if it's going to be as rough as it is, she's going to need friends.
Yeah. John, I've got to break, but just before you go, inheritance tax up, income tax up, and Palace are on the up. You must be delighted with Palace.
Mate, we are fifth in the table. I'm getting nosebleeds at that.
FA Cup winners as well.
And we're still in the Conference League, big game tomorrow.
Strasbourg.
Fingers crossed for all of that. I actually heard a guy in the Mail wrote a piece at the weekend saying, yeah, we may not be in the Europa League next year because we might be in the Champions League. Wow. And I smiled for about a month right after that.
John, you're in for a busy day. Thank you for finding time. John. Thank you. Have a great day. John Pienaar there, and it is a busy day.
You got to sell your ass out, I would.
Oh, hello. Let's see who's talking. At least I've only got one. Right, that Palace game is live on TalkSport 2. Coming up, we turn our attention back to sport and ask Ray if Estevao is more exciting as an 18-year-old than Ronaldo was at the same age. Difficult. Which is a discussion they're having on the TalkSport Daily podcast. Listen, he's got some future ahead.
I'll tell you another
but
player.
to get anywhere near.
Another player was unbelievable, 18 years old, Anelka.
Right.
Oh, his pace, finishing.
Yeah.
Different class.
Yeah, there you go. That's coming next.
Honest, and then I see them all in wherever that is, that archway, they're in the tunnel, like there's some ultras, and they got their masks on, and they're playing the drums and all that, giving to big and singing North London Forever, and they got the masks up, like there's some, like, ultras from back in the day. You work in Canary Wharf, mate. Like, do me a favour. You're tourists. They are still cringe. They're massively cringe. That's the videos I'm seeing is embarrassing.
Jay, there's only one video I saw, mate.
Singing North London Forever like they've been their anthem for 100 years. Come on, do me a favour.
I wish Cundy would lose the clown. Now and again, yeah, you know, but dear, oh dear, Jess. Right, Ray.
I haven't seen the video. What videos are they? I don't know.
I've not seen them.
Have you seen them? Oh,
no.
Well, we're struggling there. We haven't seen the videos.
No.
But I think the atmosphere. Gone in. Sorry, Al. I think the atmosphere at the moment at the Emirates, that's all part and parcel of being successful. You've got to have a good atmosphere. You've got to feel the players are really looking, saying, look at the supporters, they're really up for it. And I just think it's, you know, he's got to have a go somewhere, isn't he? On Arsenal, he's just probably jealous that they let him go when he was a young kid. And he just don't like him anyway. Yeah, it's simple as that. You know, it's Arsenal and Tottenham, but they're a better side. They always have been. They've won more trophies. You know, I've got more trophies than Tottenham, and I'm not having a go at Tottenham. I don't mind them. I've got a lot of my mates are Tottenham fans, but it just, you know, he makes it worse, Jamie, by what he's just said there. Oh my God, you're going to celebrate. You're going to have a good time. You're going to enjoy yourself. They're top of the league. They've got good players now. What do you expect them to do? Be quiet. What do you expect them to do?
I don't want to be Jamie. I want to be Cundy.
Spurs would be the same if they was top of the league.
I think Cundy goes to bed with that clown outfit on.
What happens?
I think he's just taking a bit too far.
I think Tottenham fans were exactly the same when they got to the Champions League final. They was all going buzzing, we're going mad, you know, which I expect them to do because they're in the Champions League final. I know they lost to Liverpool, but I would expect Tottenham fans to be excited and do what they're doing, what Arsenal fans are doing at the moment. And Tottenham fans would do exactly the same if they was top of the league at the moment with a really, really top side. I promise you.
Right, the latest episode of the TalkSport Daily.
Yay or nay?
I don't know. You've lost me. Is available now as Adrian Dunham brings you a roundup of all yesterday's Champions League action. Here's TalkSport's chief football correspondent, Alex Crook. Bold Estevao claim.
He looks an absolute superstar already, doesn't he, at the age of 18. His bravery on the ball, he can do the physical side of the game. He's got brilliant feet, he's got great pace, and he's got a rocket shot on him as well, as he showed with the goal. And I'll add to Sam's rather bold prediction with a bold claim of my own. I think if you look at Estevao and how quickly he's adapted to life in the Premier League, I think there's a big argument that he has to start the game here against Arsenal on Sunday. I think he looks a better player at the same age than when Cristiano Ronaldo burst onto the scene at Manchester United.
Well, it's exciting when you hear stuff like that. But look, it's what Ronaldo's done in his career, what Messi's done in the career. If Estevao gets anywhere close to that, wow.
He was brilliant at Man United, Ronaldo. Any Man United fan.
He's been brilliant
when he was young. He got into that team. And I think you can't compare him at the moment because he scored a fantastic goal last night, Estevao, and he could be, but I wouldn't judge him yet.
No,
he's got to do it week in, week out. He's done it week in, week out for
and he's still his passion for the game is still incredible. He's got a great overhead kick in Saudi the other day.
Look, it's nice that people are talking about Estevao and Ronaldo and Messi in the same sort of sentence, but he's a long way to go in his career. He can all go quickly wrong, a couple of injuries and all that. And I hope he doesn't because he looks a real talent. But you've got to keep your feet on the ground. As Maresco's trying to play it down, which is the right thing to do as a manager.
Correct.
Because everybody's saying, he's going to be in a new Messi, this, that. Suddenly you're on a pedestal and they're going to knock you down.
Yeah.
And we've seen it, our own English players. They put you up here, and then when you don't get there, they knock you back down and start having a go. And that's when you lose your confidence. So, long way to go.
Right, if you want... I've enjoyed today. Thank you. I forgot we're playing that. You want to hear more, then the TalkSport Daily is available on all podcast platforms right now. I'm alongside Ali McCoy's tomorrow. And he will be in the studio.
And Katie's got a... something as well, isn't she, for you?
Who?
A special present or something?
Oh, yeah.
A little surprise.
Yeah.
I wonder what that is, Alan.
A tax bill. She knows Rachel well. From 6 a.m. Don't miss it tomorrow. Have a great day. White and Jordan coming next. Thank you.